gentlemen, welcome to What We Talk About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and we are here to watch Monday Night Football live here in the studio in Dallas, Texas. Justin Fields throws it to DJ Moore for a first down on 3rd and 1. It is best to sync up with us at home. Turn your TV volume down low. Turn us up on high and watch the party with us. We will be providing commentary as well as some humor, and maybe you'll learn something along the way. It is 13:06, 5-4 on the clock if you're trying to sync up with us at home. I am sitting all the way to the opposite side of the couch. Ryan Perrio, how are you feeling, buddy?
Doing pretty good today. I'm hoping DJ Moore has a bad game for fantasy purposes, but other than that, no rooting interest. But I'm good here for a good game.
I am also here for a good game. There are some implications I have personally for this game, mostly global, real-life implications, because the Vikings are still alive in this NFC North, coming off of this 5-game win streak just snapped last week. To my left immediately is Mr. Paxton Bailey. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I had a nice little recovery day, nice little day at home, and I'm ready to watch some football. See if Justin Fields is going to have a nice game or not.
I am also ready to watch some damn football. Feels like they can kind of hear us. Feels like I have bad connection as Justin Fields rolls out to the right, and he's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to run for a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 for Justin Fields.
Look like the defensive lineman was offered to help him, and Justin Fields said, "Nah, man, I'm good."
That is a power move. Don't help me.
Yeah, feels like we are live on the air. Let me try and update the scoreboard because it is currently frozen. See if that helps at all. Now we got to scroll all the way down to maybe all the way up. Whoopsie daisy. All the way
Justin
up.
Fields throws the Komet, and Komet is going to fight his way almost to a first down.
Wow. How do you like that?
On John Madden week, everybody is just using the right foot, left foot comment for every football spot that's somewhat close.
One pet peeve my dad always had with football was when announcers say it'll depend on the spot. Because he's like, well, it always will depend on the spot. No matter what, the first down always depends on the spot. So one of those things. He also doesn't like it when you say something's very unique because it can only be unique. There's no levels to uniqueness. So don't say that. He might be listening. I don't know, Natalie. Justin Fields drops back to pass, throws it to the right, and it is caught again by Cole Kmet for a gain of 4 on the play. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Natalie. What were you saying?
Well, you could be 1 in 100, which is unique, or you could be 1 in 1,000, which is very unique.
I think unique means 1 of 1, not 1 of 100 or 1 of 1,000. Because if there are multiple of you, that means you're not unique anymore. Is the true definition of uniqueness.
I have to take a statistics class to know for sure.
There's only one way to find out, and that is a $10,000 statistics class at a local university. Justin Fields drops back to screen pass quickly to DJ Moore. He's going to break 1 tackle. He's not going to break the 2nd tackle. And he's going to go down after a short gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for the Bears. What were you saying, Paxton Bailey?
I was going to say I took college-level statistics class, and I'll tell you, all you learn from that is statistics is hard, and you're probably going to fail.
By God, that's Miles's music.
Pay me the cheese tax.
Brought some cheese.
He's like Dr. Claw with the amount of White Claw he's brought with us here.
There's only one law with claw, and that is that if you have to ask your bra. And Miles, could I have a claw, please? Justin Fields in shotgun. Going to drop back to pass. He's going to get pressure up the middle by Daniel Hunter.
Oh!
He's going to roll out to the left, avoiding a couple of blitzers. And he's going to hit his man, find his man. Was that Roschon Johnson? Roschon Johnson. I hope it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. That's Roschon Johnson.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
I think it was a couple of episodes ago. We called another Bears game, and I said Roschon Johnson like that the whole time.
That was the last Bears game.
Panthers Bears in Thursday night.
That was last week, and I believe, just to catch the viewers up, I believe Paxton Bailey, like about halfway through, figured out what I was referencing.
Yeah, I started to remember it.
I'll never tell you.
What is it?
Roschon Johnson. Justin Fields drops back to pass. He's going to look to the left. He's going to get hit, but he's going to avoid the tackle And he's going to roll it to the right. He's got his man now. Roschon Johnson for first down.
Actually, that's Khalil Herbert. Looks like.
I kind of knew it was Khalil Herbert, but I just kind of went with it anyway.
You're just in that Roschon Johnson. It's like a song stuck in your head now.
I think that was kind of a reroute by Herbert too. I think he was supposed to sit in the swing and then just.
Oh
kind of
yeah, that was a broken play. Yeah, for sure.
Good communication there, though. I mean, that's
well taken care of.
When you're the Bears and you're pretty much locked into having the first pick in the draft, you really need to really scrutinize what you have in Justin Fields, so you know what you're doing.
Justin Fields pitches it to Khalil Herbert. He's going to cut it back up to the right, gain a 2 on the play. Yeah, that is a major storyline with this game. If you're a Bears fan or just a football fan in general, 3-8 Bears not going to make a playoff push in this division or in any division this season. And yeah, are you going to stick with Fields or are you not going to stick with Fields? I was listening to a Bears podcast I found previewing this game on the drive here, and the guy was talking about you got to let Justin Fields cook, and if he burns, at least you know what you got, burnt toast, right? So, and I was like, man, well put, bearded man with 80,000 followers. I can see why you have that many. He sounded really smart, so I'm glad I was able to share it with you. Justin Fields drops back to pass. He's going to get hit, and now he's going to go down. Sacked on the play.
Could have been a possible hold, too.
Pace on the sack. Where did you see the hold, Paxton Bailey?
The hole was on the running back. Forgive me for not recognizing who it was at the time.
But
But
Herbert. Oh, no, it's Roschon.
Roschon Johnson.
Roschon Johnson.
Oh, just a whiff on Roschon's part there.
And that's the rookie for you. Maybe don't have him pass blocking. Maybe not the best idea.
Or if he's going to pass block, let him say, I'm going to meet you instead of waiting for the guy to meet him.
Yeah, there was a very tatted Viking that distracted me for a second there. Sorry. Justin Fields again drops back to pass. He's going to get hit, and he's going to find his man. I believe that's Cole Kmet on an attempted screen, but it got sniffed out by that Vikings defense, and it'll be 4th and very long for the Bears on their first possession of the game. 6:19 on the clock. We'll see if Roschon Johnson was able to block on this play. Totally lost him.
Yeah, so this is kind of the con against keeping Justin Fields because he makes dumb plays like that. That play was obviously broken up from the beginning.
Well, that's not his fault. The play was blown up. I mean, maybe just disguised a little bit better if you're an offensive coordinator.
All your receivers are blocking.
Kick is up, and it is right. No good.
Hey, I've been here the whole time. Don't mind me showing up out of nowhere. What's the GSH on the side of the Bears jerseys?
Mr. Miles Francis joining us on the casting couch. You didn't hear me. I did introduce you when you walked through the door.
Appreciate you.
Sorry to not welcome you to.
No. It's
casting
I'm
couch.
sorry that you live in the worst hellhole in the planet ever traffic.
Did you have a tough time getting here?
This is an up-and-coming neighborhood.
It's a great house if you live here.
Yeah, it sure is. So I really do appreciate you guys driving from far and wide.
No,
To
so
answer
much
Miles'
fun.
question, the GSH is for the original owner and coach of the Bears, George Stanley Hallis.
That's right.
Oh, dude. It's funny. I told the story. I was in a Chicago Dive Bear watching the Bears not too long ago, and I asked Chicago fans, like, hey, what is that? Like, and everybody's like, I don't know. You want a beer?
Sounds like Chicago.
Well,
It's funny because you said beer instead of bar, and it was still close enough to Chicago accent that I thought it was
The Bears.
right.
You went to a Chicago beer.
when your high school thesis is about you trying to become an NFL football coach, you read about a lot of coaches, and that's one thing that I remembered was George Stanley Hallis, who was also coach of the Chicago Staleys originally before they became the Bears.
Oh, wow. What the hell is a Staley? That's just his name?
You'd have to ask someone in 1920 Chicago what a Staley
You're
is.
the closest person I know to that, to be completely honest,
Yeah.
right?
He just seemed like he has a little bit of flapper in him. Just
But
a little bit of roaring 20s.
They are the inverse colors of the University of Illinois. So
Oh,
when the
interesting.
Chicago gets their stadium redone, they will pivot to the University of Illinois Stadium because same exact colors. They don't have to worry about painting the end zones. It's all orange and dark blue because
Super cool.
George Hallis is a University of Illinois graduate.
So, are you cosplaying as Thomas today, Jamie? Is that your role on the show?
I guess so, man. Yeah, so we do potentially have Victor the Vikings still coming. We're not entirely sure about that yet. But as of right now, I have my custom made Josh Dobbs
that
jersey
looks good, dude.
for the game. Shout out to Natalie off mic, off camera, not in the room. You probably heard her earlier when Miles was disgracing my own house that I own a small percentage of. Anyways, this is a Josh Dobbs jersey, makeshift. They didn't have any at the pro shop. Skull.
You look like IT Thor. That's what you look like right now with the hammer and the collar. And the ponytail.
Thank you.
Coming on. You've got the man bun.
Skull and the giant arms, right?
I feel like your Wi-Fi password is Molnir because no one knows how to spell it.
I don't think any of us know how to spell it.
I think I can do it.
MJO.
Stormbreaker. Anyways, that's enough Avengers references.
MOHJNIR.
Football's back on.
I hear
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass. Gonna throw it deep. His first pass of the game. He's kind of got a man.
What?
And it's incomplete, broken
I
up.
thought he pulled that in.
Jordan Addison double cover. Josh Dobbs finds a way to fit that ball in a tight hole deep downfield.
Scold.
Props to Daniel Jeremiah on that call, because when I saw Jordan Addison in college, I thought he's a little undersized, and I don't know where he would fit in an NFL game just because of how undersized he was.
I mean,
And
that
he
was
is
damn near
absolutely
catch-all.
balled out. Him and Tank Dell both have balled out, but yet not being what you would consider a prototypical NFL wideout.
same thing with Devontae Smith, who had a hell of a game last night as well.
Eddie Jackson on the coverage there. Yeah, this has definitely been the season for smaller wide receivers, and they just keep getting smaller. Handoff goes to Chandler, I believe. He's going to take it for a 1-yard carry to the left side of the field. It'll be 3rd and long after that great
Oh,
pass breakup by Eddie Jackson.
Ooh. Oh, there it is. That was like
Alabama.
Eddie Jackson.
Wow, he still almost caught that, huh? That just barely touched the ground. It almost kind of floated there.
There was a lot of hands.
There's a lot of hands in that area. Jordan Addison, yeah, been a great rookie. Puka Nacua, and then Tank Dell, Rashee Rice, probably been the top guys. Quentin Johnson is the only big wide receiver in the draft. He's doing terrible. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass. He's going to get hit. He's going to go down hard.
Montez Sweat.
Montez Sweat on the big tackle.
Is he going to do the thing where he wipes the sweat off his brow? Do it. Do the thing.
That might be Josh Sweat. Just kidding. They're probably both to it.
Are they
I mean,
related? Do you think they're related?
I don't think they are, actually. I feel like that's something that I would know.
Okay.
And I don't, so I assume they aren't.
Good inside penetration by 91. Not sure who that was.
It's really proving all those shit talkers about the trade wrong.
Josh Dobbs or Montez Sweat?
Montez Sweat.
No, actually, we covered this on the preview podcast that I just listened back to, and you were saying that, we all kind of clowned the move at the time, and I didn't really necessarily clown the move as the punt is up in the air, and the Bears will be back to kick somewhere around the 25, and they get blown up.
On that, you always.
That was a brave lacking to call that fair catch on that one. Did he not see that dude running full speed at him?
It could be. You can't. It's hard to think in that kind of when you're looking up at the ball to see that far in your periph if somebody's there, but you think you would hear footsteps or something.
Yeah, he committed to it, and he certainly paid the price. They'll start with the ball on the 25-yard line. But no, I mean, when that trade went through, I remember saying, does that make the Bears a better team today? Like, yeah, I guess. Does that make them a playoff contender? Absolutely not. Is it going to help them win games this year? Yeah, I guess. Should that be their main focus right now? I don't think so.
Well,
so that's why I criticized the trade in the first place. Paxton Bailey, go ahead.
I didn't even mean you. I meant like there was a lot of criticism around ESPN and all the draft rankings.
And I still think rightfully so, because after the season, Montez Sweat is a free agent, and you can just sign him anyway.
Didn't they resign him? Then they lock up. Then that our discussion for the Bears Carolina was that they just signed him to a long-term deal, and you were like, who are you betting? Who are you, I guess, going against other than yourself right now, because you're not even letting him get to the market?
I guess their thought process, which I wholly disagree with, is that we want the right to negotiate with him exclusively and lock him down before he hits free agency, so we don't have to bid against other suitors. But after seeing that contract, I'm like, you didn't get a hometown discount.
Yeah.
You didn't get a what's it called? A pre-order discount.
Yeah.
You didn't
get
paid
free sale.
yeah. You paid full price.
Yeah.
You even get like some like trinket you get at like a video game. Like you don't get like a poster of something you're never gonna use.
Now, putting my draft analyst hat on for a second, I wonder if that's just what their opinion is of defensive pass rushers in the draft, is that there's nobody that they deem that's really valuable with their what looks to be top 5 picks that, they don't, what Houston did last year with Will Anderson and CJ Stroud. I think the Bears are looking to try to do something similar, to try to find an offensive stalwart and defensive stalwart with those 2 top 5 picks. Where Justin Fields falls in that is anyone's guess, but it just seems like maybe they don't have a high opinion of any of these pass rushers, Verse or Perkins.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would definitely say top 5. If you're in the top 5, you're taking Marvin Harrison Jr. or a quarterback, or trading back for a massive haul for a quarterback needy team. But yeah, it is interesting, and I can't wait to kind of dig in. That will be what this channel comes in the offseason, is just like digging in and really getting into the nitty gritty of college football, trying to find the next Puka Nakua. You know what I'm talking about?
I want to know more about Ryan's journey or path to pursuing being a head coach.
Handoff is play action. He's going to take the ball around the right, and he'll gain about 14 on the play for another first down. Justin Fields, they're letting him cook. What were you saying, Miles?
Off-season idea for your show, Ryan. It brought up you wrote a thesis on becoming a head coach at one point. I think that's fascinating. I would love to hear more about that.
Yeah, we will do a full dissertation, and we should set it up like you're getting your doctorate in football.
Yeah, we should do that.
And then we gotta criticize your dissertation and shit. Like, that would be fun. Yeah,
25 for 25. You just give them $25 to let you do it.
Yeah, I'll start at college. Justin Fields drops back to pass again. He's going to screen it to Roshan Johnson. He's got a lot of space to work with. And these Bears, these 3-8 Bears, against these playoff contention Vikings, are really moving the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Which is surprising to me.
Scoreless so far, but so was the game we watched, the high-scoring Eagles and whoever they played game.
Bills, yeah.
Eagles-Bills game. From
yeah, we that was our Saturday. That would be a fun one to go back and watch that game, the 3:00 game. Got a lot of extra views after that one for sure. Justin Fields drops back to pass again, steps up in the pocket.
He gets
hit, and he's gonna throw the ball away, chest pass style. Doesn't get back line of scrimmage. That will be essentially a sack, and they call it a sack on the field.
Yeah, I think his knees were down when he bellied that pass out.
That really isn't fair when you got a quarterback like that and he just dumps the ball away, and then that pass rusher doesn't get credit for the sack. It's just a penalty.
I feel like that's come around because of the mobile quarterback has kind of eliminated the in the grass call that we used to have back in the day, when you had a quarterback kind of wrapped up with no forward progress and they could call it a sack now.
You mean back in the day, as in 2 years ago when they tried it for 6 months?
In the 80s and 90s, they had that all the time. They had if you just had it wrapped up, you didn't have to pull him to the ground. That was...
Felt like they tried to bring that back, and it did not go well. Too many men in the huddle, and that's the Bears.
What an embarrassing call that is, honestly.
I'm embarrassed.
Good one, Jamie.
Him and
Good
Frank.
mean, dude.
Frank Reich's texted him see you soon, buddy.
Oh boy,
you're next.
Take all that fully guaranteed money. You'll see you in Cabo.
But that's Justin Fields. Knock on Justin Fields too is that he always is literally trying to hold the ball till the last second to hope something comes open, and he just does not take a check down.
He sure doesn't. But why would you? When you're that fast, I would just run it anyway. Justin Fields drops back to pass, and he does sort of check down this time to Cole Kmet, his outlet valve so far for this game.
He's already got 4 or 5 receptions.
And I thought that was a first down. ESPN's currently showing it's going to be third down now.
Yeah, no, they were 2nd and 22.
Oh, okay. So that yellow line was way off. It'll be 3rd and 21. Or I'm just crazy. 1:20 in the first quarter. Where did all the time go, boys?
Did we start that late?
I don't know. We started at 13, which is usually what we do on Monday Night Football.
I got here at 23 according to my ways, and I came in and there was 7 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, it's been fast. Justin Fields is also fast. He's going to dump it off to Rojo Johnson. He's got a lot of space to work with, but not enough space to get the first down. Going to be a good field position play, though, as far as the punt goes and where the Vikings will start their drive from. And this punt will have to happen before the end of the first quarter, as we are 43 seconds on the clock. Try and sync up with us at home. If you're watching with us live, if you're watching with us in hindsight, either way. Justin Fields, again in shotgun, and they're allegedly going for it here. I don't believe that they're...
Yeah, they're just going for the...
So he does. He's going to go for it. He's going to drop back to pass, and he does throw the screen to Command. He's got the first down.
Wow.
And he's got some more down to the 15-yard line. What a bunch of big old nuts on these Chicago Bears going for on 4th and 10.
That was something in the film room for sure. They knew that was going to work.
I think you're right, Paxton Bailey. I think they knew how that Vikings defense was going to respond. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, the crowd there known for being loud, especially with the Skull chant going early on, which they were nice enough to show on Monday Night Football, the preview, instead of them blabbing about nothing. That was pretty cool. Anyways, good choice by ESPN there, and a great choice by the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I wonder if they show the play of Komet just hitting the line like he was going to stay in and block like Max Protect, and then once the play started, then he just leaked out. Because I'm just curious how he got that open. Like if he just stayed in the block and blitzers just thought.
It did seem kind of delayed on like a drag under route. Like he chipped in and then sat there for a second.
Because it's just hard for me to believe that Minnesota wouldn't key on him, especially with him getting as many targets.
How many did they have rushing? It looked like they had maybe like 5 rushers on that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't understand why more teams don't do more with their tight ends. It feels like the tight end is always the worst position to play in fantasy because they like never get action. A lot of times they get lost in blocking. I've seen so many successful plays, even with like not A-tier tight ends, where you hit like a block and you're just open for a short, 4 to 6 yards, but it's like a constant 4 to 6 yards.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of tight ends, I feel like is definitely the most underutilized position offensively in the NFL is the tight end position. Because like David Njoku would be a great example. The Browns just figured out you just got to like drop back and throw him 8 bubble screens a game, and he'll break 2 of them for 40 yards.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so hard to take down.
He was a monster in college with that. Like you watch him, he'd just running out, and he would outrun the receivers even trying to block for him. He was just an absolute freak of nature.
And nobody wants to tackle him over the middle. That guy's...
Again, though, but even your non-athletic tight ends, so you're gonna get that consistent catch just because you're wide open for a short gain.
Yeah.
Then if you have somebody that can pop out a 40-yard run afterwards, that's just gravy.
It's kind of like a basketball pick and roll. Like it's just designed to work.
I think the only problem with it is there's so much with all the offensive play calling and pick routes and stuff. There's so much traffic now over the middle that it kind of eliminates that's where the tight end lives. And I feel like your quarterback's going to be risk averse, and he's going to try to avoid that. He's going to throw away from that first because that's the most dangerous place to throw it is back over the middle.
Yeah,
that's the only knock. But I'd love to see tight end screens with like a George Kittle,
I don't know, man. This might be some Dunning-Kruger to the max, but I feel like I could connect like 4 out of 10 to a tight end.
David Njoku is a big target for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Bears are absolutely dominating top this game. They had over 13 minutes top in the first quarter.
That's where all the time went.
Yeah, they're.
But they haven't done anything with it. Well, until this last play,
they're matriculating. It
really did feel like that. That was a crazy
pitch
turn of
to Roshan Johnson, and he's gonna get 8 yards on the carry. The Bears will be inside the 10-yard line. 14:50 on the clock. They have been in one poor field position start to this game, but they have been matriculating the ball down the field. That's for sure. Justin Fields 100 yards in the first quarter. If you do that over 4 quarters, you get 400 yards. Pretty good game.
Yeah, that's a pretty substantial stat.
So they're moving the damn ball. Roshan Johnson is going to get play action. Justin Fields is going to roll out to the right. A little bit of pressure. He's going to throw the ball away.
That's the good Justin Fields right there.
Smart, right?
Yeah, don't try to force that into somebody that's triple covered. Just just to try and because you think you can. Like that's the hard part with him is he is such an elite athlete that it's hard to try to rein him in. Like it's similar with Josh Allen. Like you just have so much talent that you know you can do it if you're just given an opportunity.
Oh wow! What do you guys think of that matronly Vikings cheerleader outfit?
It looks like one of like the Christmas like jingle hops outfit.
It looked like we were in 1950s.
Justin Fields drops back to pass. He's gonna pass to Roshan Johnson. He's gonna make one man miss. He's gonna not make a second man miss. Gonna get munched up right around that line of scrimmage inside the 10, just inside the 10.
Bynum with him, good.
Cameron Bynum was also the man who was on the pressure on Justin Fields that forced him to throw the ball away last play. So a couple of good plays there by him. 4th and 3, and now it feels like they're going to go for this kick. Smart. Let's see Cam Bynum. Oh,
You say
But
that,
I mean, that's a good meet and just not give ground.
Yeah, hit him high. Great pressure by Byron Murphy. And now the Bears have the snap down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 25-yard attempt. Chip shot. And the Bears take an early lead against the potentially playoff-bound Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota as we go to a commercial break on the first quarter. If you ever hear us just ramble about absolutely nothing, there's usually
tuning into this podcast.
There's usually a pretty good chance that we are on commercial break. So we do talk through the commercials, and we do take a break for the intermission after the first half.
Yeah, it's unique on the Thursday and the Monday night games that we don't have the other 3 screens to bounce back and forth between. So instead we have to talk about like Kylie Jenner or whatever happens to be on TV right now.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do tend to be able to hop around a little bit more for the 3 o'clock and the noon streams, which we've only done a few times so far. And man, oh man, are those fun. Probably not super rewatchable just because we are bouncing around. There's no way to replicate that for yourself personally. But
Very fun live though. It's chaotic.
Fun live, and it doesn't require like a full casting couch. You can get by with two people on that casting couch, just sitting back and watching some damn football.
Some ball.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. By the second half, we kind of figured out that one of us could watch each screen and give updates.
Yep. We were focusing on different games, yeah.
It's like a weird version of like those sitcom episodes where they divide the room in half. That's you guys. No, I only get to watch this half of the TV. You stay on your side.
I think you should assign each one a game, but you have to dress up like the weather. So if it's raining in that game, you have to wear a raincoat.
Poncho watch.
Did some poncho watch.
Made it up to a record 140-ish.
Yeah, is that what we made up? Yeah.
That's a podcast. Yeah, that's a podcast Poncho watch record. And what did we determine max Poncho?
We didn't.
We haven't actually really talked about the scale too much yet. We don't want to give away all of our trade secrets on the air, so we'll make sure that we keep that as vague as possible.
Yeah, the PWI is an index that Miles Francis at Mr. Most Days off on all platforms is in charge of and is the expert and sole proprietor of.
And like most things in my life that happens, I have no idea how I got there. It's cool.
I mean, did you eat at Ponchos when you were a child? So I mean, like, if you had experience of if you ate at Ponchos, then you have more Ponchos experience.
Dude, there is a Ponchos not like within walking distance of my dorm in college. So yeah, I raised the flag more than once or twice in my lifetime.
A lot of sopapillas.
Oh my god. Apparently there's like still like a couple of locations available, and part of me wants to go for nostalgia's sake, but like I feel like they're far enough of a drive that wouldn't work with the restroom situation on the way back because you got to go after Ponchos.
It's like CC's. Like at best, once a year, you think it's going to be a good idea, and you remember why it wasn't.
Yeah, there was a reason that they used to charge $2.99 for the unlimited buffet at one point.
I love that, for the record, and I would go there. And
especially for you trying to make weight for wrestling, I imagine that was like a go-to.
That was pre-wrestling. Kick is up in the air, and it is through the back of the end zone. Great kickoff.
What is your CC's go-to pizza when you did go to CC's? Which pizza was it that you like?
I would ask them to make a macaroni pizza, which is just super saucy, cheesy pizza with a little bit of macaroni on it. It's top tier.
A lot of carbs.
I'm pretty basic. Yeah, it's very carby. I'm pretty basic. I think my favorite pizza is pepperoni sausage and jalapeno at CC's because their pizza's pretty bland, but the jalapenos give it that little spice you need.
Same for me. I'm pepperoni and jalapeno, but it's like
Josh Dobbs rolls out to the left, and he'll slide short, and he'll gain about 3 on the play. Go ahead.
What about you, Jamie? What's your CC's pizza?
Yeah, so I did say CC's for me was pre-wrestling, so that would be
No telling.
20 years ago. So I couldn't tell you. I do have some good memories in CC's Pizza. One, trying to negotiate for T-shirts if I ate a certain amount of pizza. They didn't give me a free T-shirt, so fuck them. And Alexander
Not sponsoring this show.
will get the handoff up the middle, and he'll rumble and stumble for a gain of 8, and he'll get the first down.
Boy, if I'm the GM of the Vikings, I'm definitely rethinking my position that we didn't need to keep. God darn it, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Oh,
Stephon Diggs.
no, the other, the running back. They let go.
Oh, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that Madison was an upgrade over Dalvin Cook, or that you could survive without him, because he makes this offense dynamic. Madison.
Hand off to Alexander Madison again, and he's going to get munched up in the backfield very, very quickly. Just as we were complimenting the man, I believe that was Ryan Perrio's. Is that where you were getting at? You were complimenting him for being good at football, or
No.
you think he stinks?
I think Madison's just not. I think he's a viable backup, but I just don't think he's an every down runner. He just doesn't have, I would call, the feet or the burst to really make an impact. He's kind of Latavius Murray 2.0.
True, but Dalvin Cook was starting to not have that as well also.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle for a loss there.
A man with some great hair. Damn, that is some great hair right
It's really,
there.
really
dude.
good.
Miles Francis
Rub it in.
envious of his locks.
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, looks to the left, stares to the left, passes to the left,
Ooh.
intercepted.
Wow.
He stared down Jordan
And
Addison
stayed in bounds.
hard. Jalen Johnson on the
Give
pick.
it. I want Dobbs to get the tackle just so he's the all-around player.
Yikes. He stared down Jordan Addison the whole
Yeah.
route.
Chicago just knows how to make DBs, or at least knows how to find them.
Flag on the play. We'll see what that's on. Maybe on the return after the pick.
It's probably going to be a hit on somebody that wasn't expecting
Crack
it.
back block. Yeah. Definitely could be. After the play, unsportsmanlike on the intercepting team, which is Chicago. Those dirty bastards. Those dirty, cheating bastards.
Yeah.
Hey, Boston, leave that, buddy. Please.
So let's see what he did here.
Well, Josh Dobbs also took his helmet off. Yeah, so he was just reading Josh's eyes the whole time. He was like, he is not looking at this receiver at all. Well, great read.
You mentioned Addison's unique size on his position here. Him being smaller, I feel, could potentially lead to that type of vulnerability on a cutoff of a defensive back.
Well, I mean,
If it's physical, yes. If it's basically like a goal line and he's doing a slant route with a defensive back pressed up against him, then yes.
wow. So his face mask ripped off, and that's why he took it off while he was leaving the field. And then the referees doubled down and were like, "We're gonna kick you off. We're gonna kick you out of the game."
So I'm very confused at why he just got disqualified.
He didn't. He got a warning.
He got an unsportsmanlike conduct because he took his helmet off because it was
Oh,
broken.
if he does it, another one will be a disqualification. I
Yes.
thought they just announced that they decided to disqualify him. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
He just didn't complete the whole call, so he's like, but you have to announce when you do that how many of that counts towards disqualification. They didn't do that.
That's fair. It seems like a weird choice. I mean, I understand you have to the helmet went off, whatever, but it's like literally the face mask ripped off, dude. Like,
That was kind of weird. If he would have looked at his face mask a little bit more, Justin Fields drops back to pass, pumps to the left, runs to the right. Not a lot of room. He's gonna throw the ball away. If he would have took it off and looked at it and hit it with a hammer or something while he was on the field, there's a flag on the play. I feel like he would have gotten away with it, but not in that case.
yeah.
And the flag.
It's going to be ineligible
Yeah, good call, Ryan Perrio.
because I think they were trying to run it like they were saying on the TV. They were trying to run a screen.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. Talk about a penalty that can be called so often, and oftentimes it depends on the reffing crew. Some reffing crews will let you get away with 5 yards even though they're not supposed to, and some referee crews are really, really on it. Ooh, yeah, looks like hands to the face
There's a lot happening down there.
on the Vikings as well. So here we are. Justin Fields again in shotgun. Looks like Khalil Herbert to his left.
and the play is blown dead.
It looked like a frustrating spike there. I'm thinking
False start.
offsides, yeah. Or
And
false
that
start.
is the Bears being the Bears. And maybe that's why they are dominating top and dominating the offensive yardage in this game, and they're only winning by 3 points. That's probably why.
Though at the same time, I really would have expected Minnesota to come out a little bit stronger showing here with the Bears are bad, man. They know the Bears are bad. They need to kind of like get themselves like they need to prove themselves if they want to actually legitimately be a contender this year. And this seems like a game to really kind of show off and show out.
Yeah, Bears should have beat the Lions, but buried themselves into a hole. And the Bears drop back to pass. They do throw short to Khalil Herbert, and he gets mollywopped.
Boy, props to their defensive back coach because they are on it. Like they are just in the right position, and they don't leave their feet. They just
Byron Murphy not blocked on the play and just absolutely puts his noggin right into Khalil Herbert's hip. Oof. Big old pop. Okay, big third down, 3rd and 14. They put themselves in this position. Mooney goes in motion.
They'll go in 4th and long too for what it's worth.
Especially in this range. Justin Fields drops back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's got room to run, but he's got a lot of place to go, so he's going to throw it, and he's going to be hospital
Jesus
pass
Christ.
in the direction of Mooney, and Mooney takes a big old mollywop.
That looked like a car wreck, dude. There was a lot of motion that came
could have
to a very
been. I
sudden
feel like
stop.
that almost could have been flagged for defenseless receiver. I think if he had came in with bad intentions, but I think he didn't leave with his helmet.
Josh Metellus on it was kind of just a big collision there, huh? Like Josh was kind of reaching up for the ball. He kind of took a big old pop too.
They did actually go helmet to helmet, just not in the.
I think because his head was up and he like reached up for the ball, is why they didn't call him for the penalty, because it looked more like he was going for the ball than going for him taking his head off. Although he is from Michigan, so he's a dirty, rotten cheater. So I take it back everything I said.
Aren't you from Michigan?
Yeah. But he went to Michigan University. The University of Michigan.
Big difference.
U of M.
And it looks like the neurological expert basically must have buzzed down and said, "Hey, get that guy off the field after that collision."
Yeah. Take a quick look at him.
I was going to ask about that. It looked like enough of contact that you would think they'd take a look at both guys just to make sure. Honestly, the receiver going backwards may have arguably had the rougher hit.
Yeah, I'm thinking they will. The punt is up in the air and is nearly blocked. Called for a fair catch. There's a flag probably for running into the punter here. Yeah. So that's going to be probably enforced on the fair catch, if I had to guess. I don't think he was roughed.
Yeah. I will say maybe they had to pull him off, Miles, because he's probably part of the special teams. When they showed 6th-round pick in the draft, chances are he does double duty as like a nickel slash.
Mm-hmm.
It is running into the kicker. Penalty is declined. They're just going to take the punt result. Pat Jones kind of rolled up into the leg of the punter on that play and was called for on the running into the punter. There is a roughing call, which would be personal foul, automatic first down. But that was not to that level. Good call by the referee.
Yeah, I don't think that deemed a roughing.
The deciding factor in that is which leg you hit, right? If you hit the kicking leg, it's roughing. If you hit the planting leg,
that's
wouldn't it be opposite?
Plant leg
the
is
kicking
15 yards. You hit the kicking leg, it's 5.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Plant leg is more dangerous.
Planting leg, you could like literally destroy somebody's leg.
True, but on that one, I mean, he hit his planting leg.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the air. He wasn't in a vulnerable position. It was just kind of
he was blocked into him.
He dove and slid it.
More
he wasn't
incidental.
He wasn't like trying to like 1920s punt block where they just basically like that's why those people could probably do like that Charleston dance, whatever, where they can do this because like their knees
Their
are
joints
just
are bent that way now.
because of just the 1920s football of people just massive humanity just running into your legs at all times.
Was that a new Indiana Jones movie? Is that what I just
Not
saw?
like new. I mean,
it's
like the 5th one.
It's the
came
one
out
that
last
they're
year.
just now on video that no one went and saw at the movie.
Yeah, it was in theaters this last summer, and then it was on Disney Plus like this month.
Did I see it?
I doubt it. I had a fun show. I had a show in this really small town in I don't remember where, Texas, Copperas Cove, and they had like an old town movie theater. and I hosted a show there. And during, like, at the end when the owner, I was like, hey, do you have any other announcements you'd like me to make? They're like, oh, yeah, make sure to let them know we're playing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny here tomorrow.
And they cleared out. And then your show is just, you're performing to no one.
No, honestly, it's the type of place that they were like legit stoked. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're getting a real movie. Like,
Blockbuster.
yeah, dude.
They have one event every night and everyone goes to it.
Mhm.
But how sketchy was it being in Copper's Cove? Because they notably call it Bopper's Bove because of all the gang ties there.
I think that's true of like any area like that. You're gonna find parts where it's like, don't go there. Like, for instance, don't go to Jamie's house.
Yeah, don't go to the street I live on.
Yeah.
We'll say it out loud.
Like, yeah, just, unless you know you're coming here and Jamie magically opens the garage for you so you can duck and roll. You notice he doesn't actually raise it all the
Duck
way.
and roll so you
He
can
sees
slide
when you
and
get
grab
when
your
about
Indiana
halfway
Jones
other,
back.
you'll see it coming back down. That's
It's like then you are Indiana Jones as you slide under the clothes.
You reach under and grab your jersey.
Josh Dobbs under center here. Looks like Chandler's going to get the handoff. He's going to find a little bit of space up the middle. He's going to gain about 6 yards on the play. Edmonds again with that great hair on the tackle. Chandler would be the rookie for the Minnesota Vikings this season. He's got a lot of speed.
Not that it's a high bar. I have heard that the 5th Indiana Jones is better than the 4th.
Play action. Deep ball to the right corner to Addison again. Targeted on the play. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Camera goes to Dexter
Senior.
for some reason. Wonder if he's involved.
Probably.
It's just so weird watching things as a kid now as
Roughing
an
the
adult,
passer.
like, and trying to think, like, it's like, why was this good for me as a kid versus I think it's just because we don't have the expectations that an adult has of a movie.
I also think with Indiana Jones specifically, there's a lot, if you just look at the older movies versus the 4th, which I haven't seen the 5th yet, they just did some wild shit, dude. I still love
They got out
Temple of
there.
Doom. Temple of Doom is phenomenal, but they rip a kid's heart out of his chest in that movie, and I watched that when I was like 7.
Yeah,
I thought it
because
was great.
That was before the PG-13 rating, and one of the movies that actually attributed along with Gremlins.
Absolutely, yeah.
Go.
Josh Dobbs throws a screen to KJ Osborne, and he'll be taken down quickly at the line of scrimmage.
Well, think about Raiders, too. They melted people's faces off.
That-
And,
yeah.
for the time, it looked incredible.
Jalen Johnson on
Steven
the tackle.
Spielberg for you.
Yeah.
Because he did that in Poltergeist, too. Like, that bathroom scene where he's like he sees his face and it peels.
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass again. He's going to get the ball out of his hands quickly to Jordan
We
Addison
got
on an
some
out route.
big contact
We got
in this
some-
game today.
This is the NFC North,
dude.
all right,
It feels
pal?
like
NFC
football.
Norse.
Yeah.
It's-
That guy also weighs 130 pounds soaking wet.
Jordan
That's fair.
Addison?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. Paxton Bailey.
It's like tackling a flagpole.
It's a
I like
fair
how
point, but
Boston
I don't know. I watched a decent amount of football this weekend, and this game feels like they're hitting and they're not having as many flags. And
Well,
I like both of those aspects.
The Vikings 0 flags so far. The Bears have 40 yards of penalties, which is the difference in this game, which is why it's close.
Hey,
It's why
Ryan,
it's even close.
Move your mic to your other shoulder.
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. Flag on the
big
play
flag.
in the direction of TJ Hawkins would probably be on the defense. Automatic first down. Yeah, the camera is the laptop camera.
Okay.
So if the microphone is in between you and the camera, the microphone will be in your face.
I had like a whole
People
episode where it looked like a blue spot just
Like you're just
marking me
below,
out.
like
And we had a
you're below the
really
Cookie
good
Monster.
clip from it.
Yeah.
We had a really good clip that got like 5,000 views or something.
Literally,
on
just
YouTube.
my face is what's keeping us down. That's the problem.
Well,
Just blow.
I bet
Cookie
the audio
Monster.
version of this is going to be phenomenal.
yeah. Holding declined. Illegal contact a little bit deeper down the field. That'll be accepted. Either way, it's a first down. Yeah. We had a pretty good reel that went pretty hard. And also the most handsome guest, arguably, on the show,
Thank
Guy
you.
Purdy,
Oh.
has had the 2 most viewed live streams so far. So figure that out.
The Philly.
Yeah,
Philly
it's
fan.
the Philly fans.
I think it's just like in good games. I think good games will get good follows.
That seems to help. Play
Sounds like
action
something an
to
ugly person
Chandler,
would say.
throws it to the left, and it'll be caught by Ham, the fullback, basically. CJ Ham catches the ball.
No relation to Jack Ham.
You think you're more handsome than Guy?
No, but I'm just wondering why I'm not pretty enough.
He's not,
I think you are. I think we do good numbers with you too.
Like me more than Guy, damn it.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Right now it's
I
all
think-
superficial, dude. We're just wondering about like why you don't think we're as pretty as Guy.
I
We
know.
I don't
want
think
to
you
be,
guys
the prettiest guy you know.
I don't think I am.
I know I'm not pretty, so that's.
I think I'm close. Anyways, hand off to Jordan Addison on a jet sweep, and he's going to go down
big
short of the line to gain. I was thinking about, you know the logo for this channel, which is just like my headshot, basically.
Sure.
I was thinking of just switching my headshot with Guy's headshot, and that being the new channel photo.
That's hilarious.
Well,
And everybody just looks for Guy, then they just see you like, oh.
Gotcha,
Guy
bitch.
has ever gets his own pot. He just says run it as just one of the guys. I think that's a great name.
I'll tell him that. He is in Abu Dhabi right now, I believe.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I
So
believe.
he's attractive
we're in
and well
Dallas.
traveled. What a dick.
Yeah, total dick. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle.
laser beam volleyball into the air,
What?
intercepted. Jordan Addison
Another interception.
volleyball setted the ball into the air, and Jaquan Brisker easily takes a hold of that set.
Dobbs looking
Skull,
frustrated, man.
skull, bitch.
Jaquan Brisker says as he stares up into the Minnesota Vikings.
Coach Jamie, you
Gotta
said-
love saltiness from
Love
a
it.
defensive player, like just to taunt the crowd.
Love it, because you know that in the preparation for this game, the coach took the game from last year and showed them the Skull chant at the beginning of the game and how raucous and loud it is to prepare them for it. So he was ready for it, and he is telling them that
Knocking him.
this is my house, bitch. Paxton Miller, what were you about to say?
I don't remember, but I
Cool.
will say, what's better, that or when Aaron Rodgers was doing that to the Bears?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers was iconic because he did own them. I own you. I still own you, and he does,
Even right now,
and he always will.
from his bed.
He's coming back, dude. Jets are going all the way this
I
year.
guess he might return to practice this week.
Jets are going to win the Super Bowl.
He might come
You
off-
guys-
he
you
might
guys
come
don't
off-
understand.
He might be designated to return off of IR this week.
It's going to be the dumbest
Limited,
thing ever.
right?
You're going to laugh about it at first. They're going to get a win here and there, and you're going to be like, oh, that's cute.
They're kind of already out of it.
And then
They're-
mathematically, at one point, Jamie's going to be like, oh, they actually could make it if this person loses, this team loses, they win by so much, and we get a tie in the NFC
Well,
North for some reason.
Their divisional records is going to hold them back because I think they're 1-1 against the Bills and 0-2 against everybody
You
else.
say that now, Ryan. It's a wild card run for the New York Jets. Put your money on it right now.
I would love to see it, but I think even when Aaron Rodgers comes back, that offensive line is going to be a massive problem. They just lost their only good lineman, their left tackle, Beckton, I believe.
Aaron Rodgers has gotten better at meditation since he's last been around. He now has an aura around him that is impenetrable. The O-line, honestly,
Boy.
he's just going to save space on the huddle by not having the O-line at all. They're really not necessary outside of the center.
He's going to have the best pocket presence out of any quarterback in the history of the NFL.
If I'm the Jets, I would just say, let's take a seat. Let us get a higher pick in the draft. Get some quality O linemen in here.
Let's really tank and get Marvin Harrison is what I'd be telling Aaron. But Aaron's going to be like, nah, I want to fucking play. Because Aaron wants to play because he loves football. He wants to play because he wants to play. And you're not going to put yourself through this crazy Achilles rupture and then be like, yeah, I could play. But Aaron Rodgers wants to say, like, hey, I came off of an Achilles injury in 12 weeks when everyone said it was impossible, or 15 weeks when everyone
I
said
want
it
to be
was
the miracle.
impossible.
I would have had the miracle storyline.
He wants to have the miracle storyline.
Jesus.
Especially with the anti-vax side of things, dude. Like, can you imagine the publicity his side is going to get?
Oh,
from all
yeah,
this?
science-based. Yeah, who's
I'm
science-based
going
now,
to go see
bitch?
if I can get the vaccine taken out of me. I'm going to get it extracted. I'm going to be like, my bad. I want to go with the Aaron Rodgers method.
DJ Moore. DJ Moore received a screen for 2 yards. That was brilliant, Miles Francis. He also liked to tweet today that implied that sunscreen was bad for you, and a couple of people took umbrage to that.
Yeah. That's cool.
I've never worn it, but
It's
I
good for
also
skin
have a
cancer.
new mole every time I look.
Well, that may
Be a problem.
That may be a problem.
Justin Fields' design run up the middle. He gets munched up. He's going to get taken down hard, and
Ooh.
he's going
Is
to be
that
out for...
mouthpiece that just got knocked out? And
He looked like he
It
twisted.
should be a flag.
He just got concussed pretty bad.
Yeah, he got.
I was looking at his legs, and it looked like his legs kind of buckled as that guy kind of pulled him.
Well, on top of that,
Let's do that.
someone just laid the wood on him while he had no.
Sheldon Day. Head bounced off the turf.
Not just head bounce. Head bounced off a helmet.
That was
You're
that was
right. He got
shoulder,
whipped that way. He should be pulled off the field right now. He's concussed, but he's not going to let anybody know. All right, so a concussed Justin Fields is going to hand the ball off up the middle to Roshan Johnson, and he'll gain 1 yard back. It'll be 3rd and 10.
You know, for a backfield that gets a lot of complaints from fantasy people about being a committee, it's a lot of Roshan today.
So I think after we saw that concussion on Justin Fields, we have to figure out a way to make money off it. It's just too good. So let's live bet the Vikings.
Sure.
Feels like the Vikings are going to win. Not going to get a great money line value, but we'll see if Justin Fields can bounce back after his head got bounced off the turf. He's going to drop back to pass, send in a blitz. He's going to throw it to the left, and it's not accurate. To DJ Moore, he was open. 4th and 9, not able to step up all the way in the pocket. He was under pressure, but he just got mollywopped right in the noggin, which is why we need to be live betting the Vikings right
Jamie's
now.
putting the hammer down on that money line bet right now.
Live bet the Vikings. Justin Fields has a concussion.
I want to see the fucking replay on this route because it looked like DJ Moore just gave up on a very playable ball.
I don't know if how playable it was. It looks playable from that angle, but
he's made crazier plays before.
Yeah. But I just think it was so far out of bounds. Like I think for him to get to it, he would have
Punts
at
in
least
the air.
1 foot out.
Yeah. Jordan Addison back to receive the punt. He does everything, I guess, for this Vikings team.
That's Baleel Powell.
Powell. Thank you.
Was it Baleel or Boog?
Oh,
I was going to say, when you have
Baleel
Justin
was the Jets
Jefferson
for a while
out,
ago.
it would be pretty ballsy to put your number one receiver at punt return at this point.
I will say this, though. We discussed Justin Fields' future. This is also just Josh Dobbs' future as well. He's not guaranteed anything beyond this year at present.
That is another massive storyline with this game. Like, I think it is within the realm of possibilities that Josh Dobbs, if he does perform well for the rest of this season and takes him to the playoffs, that he's just like, hey, the new starting quarterback for the Vikings.
Give me 3 years and show you what I can do.
Yeah, 2-3 years. Sign him to a team-friendly contract and get Josh Dobbs on board, and then try and build around him with Justin Fields and the like.
Well, that and
Justin Jefferson, not Justin Fields.
A lot of Justins in this game.
whose contract's ending in the quarterback field? There's not a whole lot of free agency in the quarterback space.
Outside of Kirk Cousins, pretty stale market this year.
Everyone just got signed.
A lot of
Jameis may be open, I think. I'm not sure.
a lot of quarterbacks.
Are you going to take Jameis over Dobbs?
No. It depends on the situation.
It depends on how Josh Dobbs does the rest of the year because right now it's kind of both of them seem to have a Jekyll and Hyde moment.
If it's at quarterback, I'm probably going to take Dobbs first. If it's for just like a hype man role or just to be
Someone to rap on the sidelines.
Yeah.
really, really funny and silly, I'm gonna take my man over there out of.
I can't wait for Jameis to be the next Robert Griffin III announcer. Like just fun.
Oh my God, he needs to be the next guy on NFL prime time. That
Red
probably
Zone.
no one watches anymore. No, not Red Zone.
He would
so
be
bad at
great
Red
on.
Zone. No, he would be so bad at Red Zone.
It'd be hilarious.
He would be horrible. What are you talking about?
It'd
You
be
think he can
so
pay attention
entertaining.
that long and like be like, oh, now we're going to this other fucking game? No, he'd be lost.
If he could get his ADHD on lock
No,
and just sit there,
That's a big
His
if.
Yeah,
that's a
commentary.
massive if. That's the biggest if.
Especially with a lot of head contact and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That doesn't. I don't know how much Ritalin can help a helmet to helmet collision.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, dude. Like the ADHD is in a lot more control than most of us. So like he's not gonna be able to take that and run with it unless the ADHD is in the mood.
Yeah.
Ooh, That would have been a good game if Burrow was still healthy.
Yeah.
But we could have like the barbecue chicken network and show all the highlights, and he gets to discuss all of his favorite plays and all the barbecue chicken.
Yeah, we've had some bad luck. Probably the worst luck of NFL quarterback injuries in my lifetime. This season's been rough. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, screen pass to Madison, and he's going to make 0 men miss. He's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses half a yard.
Are the players claiming it's turf? Like that even this new turf still does kind of give joint injuries, or just because it seems like a weird amount uptick in Achilles over ACL.
Yeah, Achilles has been the flavor of the year, but it's just been a couple of big names. It hasn't been, in my understanding, more prevalent this year. It's just like the big names are getting the Achilles this year.
It was like last year with all the concussions.
Yeah. Josh Dobbs, again, drops back to pass, throws to the left. Jordan Addison breaks one tackle, and he's going to get almost to midfield on a gain of 20 on the play. You know, he's a small young lad, but he's a strong young lad, and he'll break a tackle.
Quick, dude. He's not only fast, but that move that he makes to break this tackle. Is just...
But I'm noticing the same thing you did, Jamie, earlier, is that he's still just looking at Jordan Addison.
Staring him down. Terrell Smith works on that play. On a short route, he can probably get away with it, right? 5 targets, yeah, his only second reception. Missed him deep down the middle on that double coverage, remember, to start the game.
And I think he's like both the picks were thrown at just Jordan Addison as well.
I can't remember, but I saw a report from one player who lined up against Jordan Addison.
Oh, he was down short.
Oh,
His
wow.
knee hit the turf. So
looks like he doing a little Iron Man pose there too, like a little like Avenger pose with that knee.
Landed to save New York.
Superhero landing.
So I believe that was behind the first down marker, if my memory is correct. Well behind. Oh, and if you're a manager of Jordan Addison in fantasy football, you're pretty frustrated about that, huh?
I think I benched him this week, so I think I'm lucky there so far.
3rd and 6, they do make the correction. And that's been a massive improvement in the NFL the past couple of years, is them not having to go in and like watch a full replay when it's so obvious. Because it was like, oftentimes it was like the referees were the last ones to know that the play was wrong on the field. Like everyone was
because they
playing
can't
it,
see the giant scramble of them.
except for them knew. And it's just like, all right, we're going to go to fucking commercial break. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, throws to the right, and almost intercepted
a third
again.
interception for Chicago.
Josh Dobbs is staring down one man, throwing that direction, no matter what the
And they are
consequences
sitting
are.
on those routes.
They sure are. This Bears and Ryan, to your credit, on our preview show, you were kind of giving a lot of credit to this Bears defense, and I was like, what are you talking about? This Bears defense stinks. But you're right. I mean, they played well against the Lions, and maybe that wasn't an overreaction to think, like, hey, maybe this Bears defense is kind of figuring out now that they have Montez Sweat on board.
I was going to say, I would have been anti that Ryan had been here at the beginning of the game, but you're absolutely right. They have been looking really solid. I was just thinking, how thrilled are you if you played the Chicago defense on your fantasy team this week, because that was your like best left option when your team was on bye or whatever?
I wish I would have picked them up or the Packers defense this week, because they surprised me like Thanksgiving Day with their what I still can't believe was a fumble on the field. I thought Jared Goff had like made an incomplete pass, and so did everybody else, and they just credit to the Packers for playing through until they heard a whistle.
Oh yeah.
But I still don't see how they're like how they can see empty out of the hand when it's still at the top with his throw. Like, I get if it's back here and it's out, but it was at the top of his throw. I still feel like that's considered control because it still went forward.
Yeah, I always look for a spiral. If there's a spiral on the ball, it's pretty rare, and the ball goes forward.
Yeah,
it's pretty rare that that's not a pass. Like, I don't know how you throw a spiral without, maintaining control forward with the football. But yeah, I mean, I think the referees have done overall a pretty decent job this year compared to maybe a few years ago. And maybe that's a little bit of a low standard for me to point to, but they've been not that bad.
Well, we had that mass exodus. Like all the referees that were really good 3 or 4 years ago are now your rules analysts on every broadcast.
Yeah. And that year that it was really bad, there was a lot of inexperienced referees in the league. And, you still see a couple of bonehead calls here and there, but, they keep between the lines. They'll miss some shit, some small shit. They're getting the big stuff right, which for the most part, right? There's been a lot of examples
a
otherwise.
game.
That's the thing is, it's just like one game out of the week. Like a couple weeks ago, it was Jets Chargers, I think, where there was a flag every other play. It seems.
Yeah, there's been referees that have gotten too involved with games, but I feel like
Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah, the big blunders have been in kind of both directions, just like an overall shitty there's an overall shitty game in general.
Yeah.
For the referees, where they're not like super one-sided like they might be in the past. Yeah, I'm sure no refs have ever placed a bet on a game that their friend was officiating. It's never happened ever.
that was close.
Yeah,
but that's a red flag though. Is like Josh Dobbs has got to look off some people, because if he doesn't start doing that, it's gonna get worse and worse.
They're gonna keep sitting on it. Justin Fields dumps the ball off to DJ Moore, and he is gonna take it for a big gain. Same play they took the first play for like 80 yards in the preseason. DJ Moore and Justin Fields, and everybody thought they would be the best offense in the NFL in the preseason. That was pretty fun to think about.
A lot of speculation back in those early weeks.
Yeah, for a couple of seconds. DTR was the best. DTR and Kenny Pickett were the two best quarterbacks in the NFL in the preseason. It was a good time to be alive. Unlike now, when we're almost like in the playoffs. I mean, fun time to be. Oh wow! And Justin Fields tries to throw a pick to Danielle Hunter. Or not? Is that Danielle Hunter?
Yep.
No,
I think it's
Hunter's 99. I think
that's what I thought.
That'd have been a sick pick six.
But
no, it's Wanham.
DJ Wanham on the pass breakup out of South Carolina. Go Cox.
Love Cox.
Boy, I don't know if you've been to their stadium. That is a weird third down when they get that rooster going or whatever.
Oh, really? I've never been.
There's like a rooster sound effect that they have, and it's
worth a trip.
I don't know. Listen to it on TV, and you'll be like, man, I'll pass.
Another screen pass to DJ Moore. Worked once. Why not do it again? It doesn't work this time, however.
Fumble.
Oh, DJ Moore just smacked whoever was wrapping him up.
Troy Dye on the tackle.
I'm honestly surprised there wasn't a flag thrown on that.
Division rivalries tend to get extra spicy. Like,
it was a little more, and it would have been.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've seen him call it. I think if it would have been a bigger star, it would have been called. I'm not even kidding. Like,
it's one of those
smacked
things,
him in the face.
It's one of those things where if the other guy retaliates, then they start throwing flags.
Which is stupid, because like the constraint held by the guy to not smack him back, I think deserves the penalty flag called. Just saying, if you're going to throw some bullshit flags, NFL, then throw some bullshit flags.
Justin Fields drops back to pass, 0-5 in the last 5 third down attempts. He almost slips. He avoids a rusher. He's going to run around the corner. He's going to run out of bounds, stopping the clock before the 2-minute warning here. It'll be 4th and 6 about.
Is there a better scrambling quarterback right now?
Lamar Jackson.
There.
Lamar Jackson's really good. Josh
Allen, Jalen Hurts.
I don't think Josh Allen is better than this right now. Josh Allen maybe was, but
I agree.
He's not doing it this season.
I'm just shooting out names.
CJ Stroud's good on the run. He's
Kyler Murray
good at running.
This guy though,
Kyler Murray is, I would say, deceptive because he's just so tiny and
he runs with such a weak. He's the only person in the history of the world who can run while leaning back.
Yeah. Like he looks like a fast. He looks like a cartoon. Like you remember those like Wiley cartoons? Where they're just geared up and trying to catch the Roadrunner, and they have to like gear back and then lean forward.
It's the opposite of how every anime character runs, where they like lean forward with their arms back.
I'm waiting for the anime generation to get in the sports and to have somebody run.
I want to see him run in a tile.
Like the anime characters do.
Naruto run.
Yeah.
That's the run they used to storm
the Capitol.
Yeah. And Area 51.
Naruto
I remember seeing those memes.
Yeah, the plan was we're going to Naruto run into the Capitol.
Yeah, that was the front line, the Marines, if you will. And then it was, I think, E-Girls were the second line of defense.
That's funny. They're the reinforcements, the Eagles.
Yeah. And then they went heavy with the third line, which was weird, but it was the fat and mobile guys that were just getting there.
Like the guys playing the drums, like the trolls playing the drums in Lord of the Rings in the back.
Almost like the Numa guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
The motorized scooters, maybe.
I haven't seen a commercial from Marshalls ever. Like that's the first time I've ever seen. I've looked up and seen Marshalls actually try to advertise. It's like, hey, Marshalls, we're not Ross. Like that should be their whole slogan because I feel like they're the same.
You're right, though. I'd expect to see Marshalls advertising that they're going out of business before I'd see them advertising on the NFL.
So by the way, we are at a 2-minute warning. The referees fucked up that clock and they just let it run to 2 minutes, even though Justin Fields ran out of bounds. That I will say that is one subtle thing a lot of officiating crews are really fucking up, and it's been
really bad. Dude.
More noticeable this season than it has been in the past. Like I'm always somebody who's keeping an eye on that thing. I don't know why. It's just kind of like my ADD thing that I'll notice that, and probably 100% of people who are watching don't notice it, but I do, and I'm sick of it.
I think it's ridiculous. It's another one of those things that I've said this like 3 podcasts in a row, but like this is something that a computer can do automatically. And like maybe occasionally there will be an error that a human will have to fix, but for the large
in the air and it's going to be into the end zone, and that is a way you could easily fix over-unders without having any outcome on the actual game, more or less. Just, hey, we got the under on this game. Hey, my friend, we got the under on this game. If you just run the clock 5 times when you're not supposed to in the first half, nobody will remember it at the end of the game. Yeah. Nobody will ever call you out on it.
Except for on podcasts that nobody listens to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Be largely
it's a Godfather offer. I got an offer you can't refuse.
I got an offer you can't refuse. It's just we got the under on the first half, pal. Just forget to stop the clock 5 times. Nobody will even be paying attention. Chandler gets the pitch, and he'll go for a gain of 2 on the play. And, hey, keep the flag in your pocket on borderline pass interferences down the field.
Yeah.
And my friend will give you $10,000.
Let the boys be boys, so to speak. They're just playing rough. They're not playing bad or illegal.
Or, hey, Jaguars are complaining about pass interference. Can you call about 8 in a row in Houston for us, please? Just to recap yesterday's game.
Just to recap. No one was paying attention. No big deal. Not like that had playoff implications. Drops back to pass. Josh Dobbs. He's going to look to the left. He's going to throw to the left. And it's got Jordan Addison. He's caught it. Holy shit, what a catch.
Whoa.
Again, not Addison.
Powell.
I can understand why you would think that.
One-digit numbers. One digit off. Powell's actually smaller.
Jamie admittedly not familiar with the Minnesota Asses as much as he is the Buffalo Asses. That's an ass group that he has not yet committed to.
Josh Dobbs throws it for another first down.
Now you're mixing it up. There you go, Josh Dobbs. You got it.
Davis's job.
That's KJ Osborne on that reception.
Feels like the adjustment from the last possession was, hey, these are your other receivers.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say hi.
Hey, bro, we have 11 guys on this team, just so you know.
Just FYI. There's other receivers out there, not just Jordan Addison.
I don't have that many excuses. I think we have called a couple of Minnesota games so far this season. So
I actually think it was just that Dobbs, like Jamie, confused him for Addison. He was like, oh, there he is. Oh, damn it. Oh, well, he caught it.
Still counts, yeah. Yeah, Powell's smaller. He's shorter. He's a little bit thicker, but he's shorter. And now we're blowing another whistle.
Bro, I'll tell you, Addison basically has no ass. That's a one way you can tell. That is a thin kid right there.
I like how they pick the photos, like how questioning he is on the Cardinals side, and then how cocky and confident he is on the Vikings side.
He's playing better for the Vikings. Drops back to pass, throws it deep to the right, and he's got TJ Hockenson broken up. Great pass. Oh no, flag.
Well, we wait on the flag. To paint the picture for those at home, Addison is built like that episode of Rick and Morty where you get all the multiverse Mortys. He's the Black Morty. That's how he's built right there. He has a skinny little body with a nice sized head or average sized head that looks huge.
Kyler Gordon on the pass breakup. Kyler Gordon called for the PI. Let's see the replay. Let's hold our judgment. Let's hold our judgment. Josh Dobbs throws down another man, throws it deep. And now we're seeing, locked his arm
Holding
up.
hands.
So really, really subtle. Great call by the referee, though. And he's right on it, the side judge, right on it. That's such an easy way to subtly look like you're
Like he's pushing me back. I'm not doing anything.
And look at that. 71 yards for the Bears, 0 for the Vikings. Jeepers creepers. Alexander Madison in the backfield. Powell goes into motion. Josh Dobbs play action. Drops back. He's going to get touched,
scramble,
hold, and he's going to get sacked. Tosses the ball up, out of bounds.
Flag was already thrown.
There's going to be a lot to unfold here. So they're going to get a holding on the offense. They'll probably decline that. And they're going to take the intentional grounding here by Josh Dobbs. Loss of downs, spot foul.
And 10-second runoff.
And 10-second runoff.
That was dangerous.
I'm sorry. I couldn't see where the timeouts were on the Monday Night Football, I guess, little graphic. They have 2 timeouts, so they can use a timeout, or it's a 10-second runoff.
Yeah, the timeouts here don't read very well. They're too small on my stupid small TV. We are upgrading soon. Declined, intentional grounding. So ball didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Automatic intentional grounding. Be a lost down spot foul. 29. Okay, so the holding, that's an interesting rule.
Yeah,
the holding saved them from a 10-second runoff.
Which doesn't really make sense.
I guess the idea is that you're intentional grounding just to avoid a sack and trying to keep the game, so they'll give the 10-second run. Because there was another foul of the play, then it wasn't just I'm trying to get rid of the ball. This
is a very dangerous throwaway right there because he just basically throws it straight up in the air.
Yeah, not wise. 2nd and 24, gets away with it. Josh Dobbs does. Looking to put some points on the board here. Josh Dobbs alone in shotgun, 5 wide, drops back to pass, 4-man rush, drops up and step up in the pocket. He's going to get hit. He's going to break 1 tackle. He's going to break another tackle, roll out to the right. He's going to throw the ball out of bounds.
Good scrambling on Dobbs' part. I was giving Chicago credit earlier, but he's doing well not getting tackled back there.
He's been good mobily. And I think people really forget that he's still a
strong
great
base
mobile quarterback.
He was a great quarterback at Tennessee. Like he was not just good, strong base, doesn't take really big steps, just choppy, like running back steps almost.
Yeah, great balance.
Yeah.
On contact, yeah. and he's fast too. People kind of underestimate his speed because he doesn't have eyebrows.
My only complaint is how much time that took to do.
Yeah, that ran. They got their 10-second runoff.
Josh steps back to pass the screen to Addison, and he's going to get another
again,
10 yards
Addison,
for the kicker. I think I said Madison.
Oh, I heard Addison. Okay,
I'm pretty sure I said Madison.
3rd and 24. Let's throw us.
And they're going to call a timeout with 3 seconds left. So after this kick, we are going to go to break.
Wow. Very strong chance to have a 3-3 ball game at the half.
Just the high score. If you bet the under on this game, you're licking your chops right now.
My friend.
Good.
Like all the Tommy DeVito fans out there that took the Giants against the Patriots, they're looking.
I really would have assumed that Minnesota would be significantly more on the board by now than this. They have not done anything to impress me at all, which I'm not sure if that's an attestament to Chicago's defense now or not. Ryan, maybe you were onto something there.
It's a little bit of both. I think Josh Dobbs' problem is consistency. There are times like this drive where he's targeted different players. He's gotten the ball out of his hand, but then there's the other Josh Dobbs that focuses in on one guy, and basically you can just hang on that route, and he's just going to throw it to you, and he's given them 2 poor interceptions. Luckily, it's the Bears.
Kick is up, and the kick is through. Please subscribe to the channel.
No wind.
We will be back for no wind. They are in Minnesota. That is a dome, Paxton Bailey.
Oh.
Look at all those.
Was the Viking mascot wearing Zubas just now? Did I see the Zuba pants on the Vikings mascot? Like he had 90s bodybuilder pants on.
Victor in full force here, not on the channel. I don't think he'll be able to make it today. That's a bummer. But
What is not a bummer is that you can subscribe to the channel. Don't close the browser. We'll see you for the second half of the Bears-Vikings game here on the YouTube channel. Oh, hello and welcome to what we're talking about. Jamie Jakes, I am him. And Alexander Madison takes a big run, cuts to the right, and he's going to get taken down around midfield. We are watching Monday Night Football. Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. There's 14, 49, 48, 47 on the clock. If you're trying to sneak up with us at home, that's the best way to watch is turn your TV volume down low, turn us up on high. We will provide play-by-play commentary of the game, as well as try and make some funny jokes and insights along the way. I'm sitting here with Mr. Ryan Perrio. Welcome back to the second half, Ryan.
Thank you.
And Mr. Paxton Bailey to my left. At Mr. Most Days Off, Miles Francis will be here shortly as Josh Dobbs is under center, and he's going to play action, drop back to pass. He's going to get hit. He's going to get sacked. Munched up in the backfield. Also fumbles. Appears that Alexander Madison ended up recovering the fumble. Montez Sweat in on that play. Mr. Most Days Off, Miles Francis, welcome back to the second half.
Stoked to be here.
Thank you
I
for
hope for a
coming.
more exciting second half than first half, to be honest. That's been pretty bad football across the board, guys. I expected it from Chicago. We've been getting great defense. I didn't expect it from Minnesota. We've been getting awful offense.
Yeah, that was all Alexander Madison's fault. He came in trying to take the block from the tackle instead of just picking up the second guy, and in sense messed up the block entirely.
Josh Dobbs, pass. He looks in multiple directions that time.
Oh,
Finds TJ Hawkinson, who catches the ball, but he does get mollywopped. After a gain of
Physicality
5.
in this game is at a high right now.
you're dead on that, dude. Again, we talked about it a little bit in the first half. The hits. Look at these hits we're getting, and again, without penalty flags, which is refreshing because that was the curse all weekend. It really felt like.
Kyler Gordon on that big old mollywop. The NFC North, the physicality index there, it's high.
Even to Jamie's point about the penalties, I'll wait.
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass. He's going to get a lot of pressure up the middle. He's going to dump it off to TJ Hawkinson again. It'll be still 4th and long, but good for them to get a positive play out of that disaster.
Jamie pointed out earlier that the penalties really have been stacked against Chicago, but those penalties have largely been things like offsides or too many men in the huddle, really stupid shit.
Yeah.
Not the contact stuff that we've been seeing a lot where it's like, oh, man, you kind of brushed by the quarterback a little bit too gingerly. It's now 15-yard penalty.
Dumb classic Bears shit. And they have really inherited the role of the same old Lions in the NFC North. The Chicago Bears have.
Oh, my.
Oh, we had a fourth down and long.
Chandler goes, and the snap is away. It's a real play. Josh Dobbs is going to throw to the right after staring down TJ Hawkinson. He's not going to get it. Not going to get it. Short. First down. Kyler Gordon again.
Did he reach in time?
I don't know if he reached in
I
time.
think he was out of bounds when he reached.
You
They're
know,
gonna
your
have to
comment.
They're gonna if it's change of possession, do they review this as change of possession like they would a turnover?
Good question. I would say no. I don't think their turnover on downs is the same standard. However, they do have a whole commercial break
Here's
either way.
pylon Cam.
I don't think he
You got
reached for it.
I don't think you got there.
It was in the wrong hand.
Give it up. Both teams, even though it's 3-3 with the 4th and long, just throwing out everything in the playbook to try to get that first down.
I am struggling without the eyebrows to understand if Dobbs is frustrated or excited. Is he happy about what just happened, or is he frustrated? I have no idea.
He's bored, dude. He was ready to be an astronaut.
And it's jokes like those is why Miles Francis has a huge supply of laughing cow cheese and baby bells.
I am the cheesiest comic in the DFW, and I have the proof.
Yeah,
Jump in.
but yeah, I mean,
For the 2023
Yeah.
season.
we already got our
Get
clip.
sad. I
We'll
didn't
see.
win any.
We'll let YouTube Shorts decide if Miles is the cheesiest comedian, because we did have a pretty cheesy clip that we posted today that did way better numbers than I thought it would.
Oh, really?
Super cheesy, super
So-
punny. Shout out to should have been Victor the Viking today. Thomas Gunter couldn't make it tonight for his usual Monday slot, but he did have a couple pretty good puns.
I'm
that
sure he's
went pretty
busy,
well.
working.
That was my laugh for that.
Now that's the holiday season, it's now time for the 50-year-old Corona commercial where they light the palm tree, which has been that commercial's been around
A
since I
staple.
was 7.
Yeah,
And I'm
Classy.
it's 39 at this point. Like, it's at least 39 years old. Like, it's been since I was a kid. I'm like, no palm tree.
Dude, I'll admit those commercials were pretty great marketing to children because when I was like 17, I was way into Corona. I was like, yeah, let's bust out a lime and get this started.
Yeah.
Like bikinis in my high school were the Corona bikinis.
Yeah.
Corona, great brand. I was just about to say, Natalie, we should get a palm tree.
No, I thought you wanted a Corona.
If you light them right, they do look like dicks. Just so you know.
We did just hang our Christmas lights. We are looking into buying the lot next to us currently, and now we're watching the replay. I don't know what they're talking about, but I mean, if you would have got that, if he would have reached in front while he was inbounds, it would have been a first down. Felt like he was well out. Yes, and he was well out of bounds before he reached with that ball forward. So he's gonna be short.
If you'll get the lot next door, I'm gonna get an RV for the Sunday Monday connections.
Honestly, please just get an RV and just squat there. Just squat there. Justin Fields drops back to pass, and he's gonna avoid the pressure up the middle. A couple of rushers, rolls out to the right, throws the ball away. So
he is good at the scrambling.
We got a $200 bill from the city of Dallas because the owners of that lot don't maintain it, and the grass got overgrown. So they ended up mowing it, and somebody put our house number on the
Like
driveway in front of that lot, and then we got a bill for it. So now we got to dispute it with the city of Dallas. And
that seems like a big old pain in the ass.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Honestly, 99 though. Whoever is Daniil Hunter 99? Like, he literally was step for step there with Justin Fields there. Like,
Daniil Hunter is 99. Yes, he's like leading the league in sacks this year. Handoff goes to Roshan Johnson, and he's going to get taken down.
Vikings almost blocked themselves there. Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
There was a moment there I thought that Roshan was going to get a lane because two Vikings took each other out of the play.
If you're an offensive line coach, you're going to have a lot to work on after this game. You've got a lot of footage here of what went wrong.
And that's fun as a coach. It's fun having stuff to work on. That must be inspiring for him.
It's not fun as a player.
We may have talked about this in the past, but if you were taking it, I know actually Jamie's answered this. Ryan, so this question to you. If you're in a dream situation, would you rather take a job where you're coaching a struggling team and trying to fix them?
After this
or do
play?
you want to step in?
Roshan Johnson, handoff up the middle. Go ahead, Miles.
You want to step into an already functioning team
as a head coach.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have the struggling just because I would rather learn that I make mistakes and still be a losing franchise than to take something that's winning and make it a losing franchise.
I'm with you and Natalie, but Jamie thinks we're all a bunch of fucking losers. He's like, give me that winning team, baby.
Yeah, I understand that. I can see the logic of a winning team could probably overcome bad coaching at some point, but I'd rather just know, hey, here's why I went wrong, and it doesn't show other than just
play action. Justin Fields drops back. Screen pass knocked down.
Wanham again.
DJ Wanham all over the field. Daniil Hunter all over the field. Yeah, give me that pre-baked team all day. I want it to be my fault.
Okay, that's fair.
I want it to be my fault. If we fucking suck, I want it to be my fault. I don't want to be looking at. I don't want to call out any shitty quarterbacks, but I don't want to look at my quarterback and be like, "What do you want me to fucking do?" Handoff goes to Roshan Johnson. Gain
he's
of
been
5.
the only back tonight. What is happening?
He's been the premier back. Deontay Foreman out for this game. Has been the bell cow. A lot of injuries. Look at this Vikings.
You can tell she's from Minnesota because she's wearing so much less than the other team was. But they're Chicago. They should both be equally warm.
It's an indoor stadium, so it's not like it's not like they're out in the snow in miniskirts here. It is.
The other team's wearing
it is a brisk 75 degrees in that stadium.
No, that was a different Vikings cheerleader outfit, I think.
Yeah, okay.
They were in like leather or something weird. Justin Fields' design run up the middle is be a first down. He's gonna slide down.
I didn't realize they went through a costume change. I didn't realize it was a pageant.
She could have also been like a dancer. Like they have dancers and cheerleaders too.
I think they had a wardrobe.
Very progressive sport here. We got.
Yeah, it's progressive as WCW in the 90s. They have both women's wrestling and
not only do we have sexy cheerleaders, now we have sexy dancers. Yeah. We're definitely giving opportunities.
Thank you for giving them opportunities, Minnesota. I'm a fan. Just not of the outfits. Anyways, Justin Fields.
Let's put Dolly Parton in one and see how.
Yes. Hand off to the right. I have a Dolly Parton story. So there was a big controversy in the gym as Khalil Herbert gets taken down after a game or two in the gym today because Coach Brady, the head coach for D-Town CrossFit, said that Dolly Parton isn't that great. She only has 2 hits. So I pulled up
Coach
her.
Brady's a fucking idiot.
I pulled up her. I pulled up some
that
stats.
right here, right now.
I pulled up some stats.
You went next level stats on.
And I pulled it up on the TV screen where we're supposed to put the workouts, and I just left it up there for the rest of the day. Justin Fields
Jesus.
in shotgun, and he's going to receive the snap. He's going to screen it sidearm DJ Moore, which is usually pretty helpful, but he's only going to gain 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for the Bears. And then I put on Dolly Parton working 9 to 5 Spotify playlist, and Coach Brady made me change it.
What?
No.
I
I don't like that dude. I don't know. But I don't like that
Thank you.
I could not
Sounds
work
like
out the
someone
Dolly
isn't
Parton.
working that bad.
dude. Right? Dude. He
As
sounds
the
like
cat feeder goes
he
off,
sounds
go
like the type of guy who accuses Whitney Houston of or Dolly Parton of stealing "I Will Always Love You" from Whitney Houston.
That's funny. Anyways, I'll finish that thought in a second. Justin Fields plays to DJ Moore again on the screen. 3rd and short.
It's like
will be
they knew it was coming.
4th and short. A Vikings player pulls up with the football after the play.
I as someone needing like 5 more points from the Vikings defense, that would have been super.
As someone
cool
that is playing against DJ Moore that's eerily close to losing right now, minus 2 points for a fumble would really be beneficial.
So
it is kind of coming loose there.
I am,
but I
currently
don't see. I don't think he came away with the football until after he made contact with the ground. So I think that because it looked like it moved, like you could see the football kind of shift.
The field goal will be taken here at about a 39-yard attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. Great operation there. No need to spin on the ball. Great snap by the long snapper. It's a 6-3 game, and that is the type of breakdown you're going to get when you're watching NFC football, baby.
And so, did you finish your Dolly?
Dolly Parton.
Put up her playlist. He wouldn't let you play it.
Oh, when I saw what was the Whitney Houston
Always
song
Love
that
You.
you referenced?
I will always love you.
When I did pull up the stat, and "I Will Always Love You" was like one of her number 1 hits or whatever in '74, and that was the song
That was
that
the same
played in
year
my
that
head.
she starred in the movie The Bodyguard, if I remember correctly.
And actually, on that song, you know who she wrote that song for? Burt Reynolds.
Really?
That was intended for Burt Reynolds because they had just made Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which is a musical based on a real whorehouse that ran in Texas.
LaGrange.
Yeah, LaGrange.
Chicken Rancher.
LaGrange?
Yep. ZZ Top wrote a song about because ZZ Top is from Houston, Texas. So
Down on LaGrange.
yeah, it was a real prostitution ring, and then a Houston reporter named Marvin Zindler, who, if you were in Houston, is quite famous for being evangelical, weird, looked like Colonel Sanders, and he was the one that exposed this prostitution ring, and then the sheriff beat the crap out of him on TV.
Cool.
Like he had to have plastic surgery and everything.
Do you learn this in like Texas history class in 7th grade?
I learned this in Houston history class. So
It's always like the
I love Texas.
It's always
I would
like the
never rate the
basketball
child.
coach.
Go ahead. Sorry, Paxton.
It's always like the basketball coach that teaches Texas history. It's not a part of the lesson, but he plays LaGrange on in the background, and then he teaches you the song. Like this is about a whorehouse in South Texas, and then it's something your dad shows you on a vacation.
And then they made like a Broadway musical out of it. It's called Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. So it's like it became and Burt Reynolds was playing the sheriff, and Dolly Parton was the head of the. And so there's a musical number where she sings it, and in the movie, it's like her character's in love with Burt Reynolds, but in real life, she was actually in love with Burt Reynolds, and that he was.
Makes sense.
I feel like the best whorehouse in Texas nowadays is Motel 6 by Parker University. My alma mater.
They leave the light on for you. What color that light is,
And then it's
up to
attached
you.
to Canucks.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
You ever go there at 8 a.m. in the morning, a couple of ladies in the night still walking the streets or walking the streets to start the day. Impressive hustle out of them.
What's Kevin
The early bird
Stefanski?
gets the worm, dude.
Harry Hines Boulevard is where it goes down in Dallas, Texas.
Kevin Stefanski now. Let's see what he can do to.
Kick us away, kick us through the end zone, and we will see the Vikings come out.
And see if they can get it into the end zone. I feel Kevin Stefanski thinks if you can get a touchdown in this game, that you've got it.
Kevin Stefanski is currently the head coach for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, wait. Kevin O'Connor. It's like there's too many Kevins in coaching. God damn it.
There are. And Stefanski did come from Minnesota, so, not easy to keep track of.
The coaching carousel moves ever so much faster nowadays, with Carolina firing their coach after 10 games.
Handoff goes up the middle. A
Boy.
gain at 8 on the play. Yeah, a lot of billionaires getting hold of teams and, maybe not doing the best job with it, making Jerry Jones look like a super genius,
Yeah. All he did was have oil money.
Jerry?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was the real American dream. He was an Arkansas oil man, and he's like, I'm going to buy a football team.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But
I want to make the first pick on my yacht, too. Josh Dobbs under center here. Madison in the backfield. Jordan Addison goes in motion. Handoff is to Addison. It's to Madison, and he's going to get a big gain on the play, 14. First down for Alexander Madison.
Independent question for all three of you. Evaluating your love of the teams along with your knowledge of what their current state of is, both in players and coaching. You could take over. You get to buy a team tomorrow. You win the lottery, whatever. What team are you buying?
I'm buying the Houston Texans by fandom, plus the fact that you have a young franchise QB.
Stroud, dude.
And a young franchise QB on the come up.
Got some future there.
Yeah. I was like, let me take us into.
Handoff goes up the middle. Gain of 1 on the play. Ryan
Whoa.
Perrio.
You say win the lottery. Is win the lottery still Cowboys money?
Yeah.
Literally any team.
Any
You can buy the Cowboys if you want the Cowboys.
That
I don't know. Actually, I kind of take that back. That's a big haul. Taking America's team and then just running it into the fucking dirt.
That's exactly what
but I mean, but you're
I would have so much fun trolling Cowboys fans.
but I mean, but it's the golden goose of the NFL. It is the most.
No.
I'd still make money even trolling them. Yeah,
It's the golden goose. Like everybody, if anybody, either wants Cowboys, Steelers.
5 minutes on the clock. Again, Addison in motion. Screen to Chandler. Hits the turf.
dude, and honestly, there's low risk with that because you only have to be more likable than Jerry Jones. It's not a lot to that.
Well, publicly, you can be more likable than Jerry Jones, but I guarantee you, in that ownership, that billionaire boys club, they love him quite a bit.
That's
as,
fair.
as
That's
much money
fair.
as he's made them.
Yeah. What's it up to?
He-
6.4 billion now in team valuability.
Me taking over the Cowboys would basically be that movie Chairman of the Board with Carrot Top.
And the fact that they do revenue sharing is.
Josh Dobbs in shotgun here.
I want to know who you'd be after this play.
Drops back to pass. Thank you, Natalie. Throws it to Jordan Addison, actually. He drops it.
With the
Flag.
flag.
So just so I could have a perfect reason to live there because I've always wanted to, I want to fucking take over the Eagles. I want to
Philadelphia Eagles.
I want to be
Wow.
a Philly boy.
You want to hang with Bradley Cooper and Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg?
I'm going to be in charge of the Lions.
I felt like you were going to go that way, but I wasn't.
Have to. I'm not going to be a Cleveland. I'm not going to be a Cleveland owner. I like Dan Campbell. Are you out of your mind? If there was any coach I could buy to work with, it would be Dan Campbell. Who else would you pay to work with to be the
That's fair.
boss of
It's fair.
/ be a partner with?
You could also afford
It's
a
under
really
like
nice
Ben
house in
Johnson's
Detroit
really
right now.
intriguing. I think he.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if any house.
I
is
would like a
really
young
nice.
offensive mind.
You could buy a lot of land in Detroit. And
Or
build a nice
McDaniel.
house.
I would say Miami. I mean,
Probably
obviously,
by Detroit at this point.
handoff goes. Nope. Play action. Dump off. And he's going to get munched up in the backfield.
Great discipline by the Bears. Nobody bit anywhere. It was just wait and see.
Just a lot of good hair flying around.
Yeah, if you buy the line,
A lot of Head and Shoulders right now. A lot of Head and Shoulders shampoo being used.
Jamie's gonna murder Paxton because he keeps whispering things to me under his breath.
No, he didn't.
I don't
He didn't whisper it directly.
bro.
He didn't whisper it directly into the microphone, which makes it a lot better.
I'm trying.
That has definitely happened in
I
the
thought
history.
you-
Can we
I
just
thought
get
I
you
saw-
Wile E. Coyote cue cards so you can just write and just hold up with
That's what they do in Pat McAfee show, actually. They actually do that. Josh Dobbs, drops back to pass, gonna throw to Addison, gain of 5 on the play.
You'll hear about the Wile E. Coyote movie that is now a can, just like the Batwoman movie.
What?
It's like completed, dude. It's done. Like they made it.
Damn.
John Cena was starring in it.
Oh.
It was about the premise is fantastic. Wile E. Coyote was suing Acme for all the faulty products that he's bought over the years.
That is great.
Finished movie, gets good reactions, canned for tax purposes, just like Batwoman.
Tax purposes.
Gotta hate the WB right now.
Tax
That's all, folks.
Just stops. Drops back to pass. I'm glad you just pissed me off, Miles. Anyways, Chandler is going to be 4th down short of the
Literally, they make
line of
more
the game.
from doing it as a tax write-off as they predict from like releasing the film. So
they think the movie sucks.
no, they think the movie's
Well, but
great,
if the movie's good,
but not
then it's
good
going to
enough
make $1 billion for the company, so they think it sucks.
It's just how much they can get with the tax write-off is an insane, no risk, just easy take.
Yeah, but
It'd be like if you could bet to like win 20 million, or you could like not bet to win 19 million.
I mean, anyways, Josh Dobbs in shotgun. Drops back to pass, looks to the left, looks to the right, and he's going to throw to the right, and it's going to be tipped up and another interception.
Chicago defense.
This one was a bump. The last one was a set.
Defense.
That's a bump for sure.
Yeah, I mean, great dig off of the turf. That DB obviously plays volleyball, but, the second unlucky interception for Josh Dobbs this game, he looked to multiple targets that play.
Yeah, that one wasn't really his fault.
Didn't feel like it. Let's see the replay.
Jamie
Could be a little bit faster.
Great. Great coverage, honestly.
Great coverage by us. I've seen that call too, where you're just impeding the receiver. They can call it saying you're impeding him from going back for the ball. But
Pass was to Osborne. We were talking about Addison earlier, potentially causing interceptions. KJ on that play. A slightly bigger body.
makes me wonder if maybe these teams have gotten enough game film on Josh Dobbs to kind of maybe be aware of what what his strengths and weaknesses are, and they're kind of game planning a little bit more for him now than him being such a loose cannon.
And maybe that's why he was so successful early, because he is a good athlete, and he was just able to just have, the coach in his ear telling him what to do.
And just the vanilla, and as a defender, all you can do is a vanilla front.
And it's like when a guy in the UFC, a really good striker in the UFC, tries to fight a professional boxer. In the first couple of rounds, the boxer's trying to figure out, because it's so unorthodox to them.
Yeah.
Right. They're not used to it, and then they just download that information, and then in third, fourth, fifth round, then they're starting to piece them up. They're starting to really download their information, and it feels like the NFL is similar with quarterbacks in certain situations. Is my dog stuck?
We're having a wardrobe malfunction right now with the sweater. His paw is stuck in the sweater, and so he is.
He's the three-legged dog for a second.
It's my little idiot. He is really stupid.
Baby.
Well,
He's just a baby.
he's not a baby anymore.
He's not a
really.
baby.
How old is he?
A baby.
He's not a baby.
Is he
137 months?
He's not a
I'm just-
baby.
No, he's
not
2.
even 2.
He's not 2
He's
yet.
He'll be 2 in March.
He's
He's almost a
He's a
teenager in
child.
dog years.
he's getting old enough to start knowing better. I'll say that.
He's not even 2. He's just a baby.
He's 14.
He's a teen. He's listening. He's starting to discover music right now. You understand? He's like.
You're
what's this?
embarrassing him right now, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
Get him out of this gross sweater, Mom.
He was shivering.
I don't want to wear this in front of my friends.
I'm kidding, Natalie.
It may have been shivering from
Don't
excitement.
actually mean to get him out of this sweater.
I don't want to be Gryffindor. Give me a football jersey. I can't be Harry Potter right
You're
now.
such a-
This is childish.
Why did you give me Slytherin one?
Definitely a baby when you put him in a jacket before he can go outside.
Justin Fields. Ooh.
Wow.
Play action. He's going to hold it. He's going to run. Ooh, wow. Takes a big old
Clothesline
pop.
there, yeah.
But gets the first down either way. It's 2:26 on the clock.
Looked like he was caught. He saw him out of the periphery. He was caught between maybe do I baseball slide to try to avoid this contact altogether or just try to get out of bounds. And he just kind of took the worst of both decisions there on that play.
Hannah Montana would not approve.
No, as a Texans fan, Brock Bowers is my dream.
Really?
Yeah.
To have a reliable middle threat with him and Dalton Schultz playing the traditional tight end role and him.
Justin Fields pitch to Roshan Johnson. He's going to gain 5 on first down. I'm a Marvin Harrison Jr. guy. I'm all in. If I had the number 1 overall pick, I don't care if I need a quarterback. I'm taking Marvin. I'm sorry.
Is there any offensive lineman in this draft at all? Jamie, you're the college guy.
No, I'm not.
Ryan,
I'm not.
I would say BYU has a good left tackle, but he's kind of like BYU's
not
kind
early
of
first round.
Probably I would say top 10 or actually Notre Dame's John Alt will probably be the number 1 left tackle taken. He's done really well as a converted tight end, which always bodes well for a left tackle.
Handoff goes up the middle to Roshan Johnson, and he'll gain 1 yard on the play. My college film watching starts sort of in the playoffs of the NFL season. I'm watching a few guys, and I'm making rash decisions about them. And one of my rash decisions is Marvin Harrison Jr. is unbelievable. And
Man crush.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
Yeah, he's absolutely. I think he's absolutely wide receiver 1. My wide receiver 2. I'm really.
He's my 1 overall.
Yeah,
I've seen more than I need to see out of that guy.
Caleb's done nothing to really.
Drops back to pass. Justin Fields throws it to the right after staring to the right. He's got his man, and it's DJ Moore, and he's going to get tackled, but not after.
That is
The
probably
first
going to do
down.
it for my
Great blocking
fantasy.
from the
Did you just
offensive
lose in
line.
fantasy football?
No, I am down by 1 point. If he can just not get another 10-yard reception.
Well, maybe hit refresh before you declare that because.
I just did.
Okay.
I'm down by less than 5 points. I have the Vikings defense, and that's the only remaining player. So a handful of sacks, which has been tough on Field tonight. A pick 6 would be great.
I don't think I have any implications right now. Justin Fields shots back to pass, throws it up over the middle to Cole Kmet, and he's going to get taken down after a gain of 4.
Vikings really do vacate that open little 5-yard area. Like they really just they're either all coming after the quarterback or they're all dropping back. But there's nobody.
I think that's where they saw that 4th and 10 earlier that they just committed to.
They just it's like I guess with Brian Flores and his heavy blitz scheme, you're just vacating the middle and hoping that your guys get there before he can find that safety valve.
Yeah.
But that's like the second or third play where Cole Kmet's just been absolutely running free with nobody within 3 yards of him.
My only chance to win is a Khalil Herbert fumble.
Herbert fumble.
I just need.
Please don't put that out there.
I'm not holding my breath about it. this will be my second losing season of the fantasy football year. I'll be 2 and 3, 2 out of 5 this week.
I do agree with you on your college football that Marvin Harrison's the best overall player. Like he won't get drafted in one because of,
just take him
of politics of
quarterbacks. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
give me Josh Dobbs on a 2-year, $11 million contract. Let me stack the offensive line for him, and let me give him Marvin Harrison Jr. and shut the fuck up.
God, could you imagine Justin Jefferson's and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Oh,
I feel bad for Dobbs because it's like you only have one football, and that's a lot of hands to throw to.
Yeah,
someone's not going to be happy.
It's rare that you can.
If your team's winning, everyone's happy.
That's literally what I was going to say. It's rare that you can get that many divas on one team all in the same boat. But like, if you are just crushing other teams, people are like, "Yeah, it'll be my turn again eventually. Let's fucking go."
And you see that like Miami.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Miami. I think McDaniel is a huge factor
for anything that ails you. Winning is a good cure as far as team goes. Like if things bubble to the surface when you're losing. Like you can see teams start to fracture when
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, Minnesota Vikings.
Carolina Panthers, Pittsburgh Steelers with Matt Canada. You could start to see. You could see that locker room post game interview starting to.
That was transparent as fuck.
Yeah, there was a lot of hate stares.
That was my best bet. I did recommend other bets on my channel. That was the only one I actually put money behind was the Steelers this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, breaking. Don't let anybody know who actually watches that. Good numbers this week. Anyways, Justin Fields, handoff goes up the middle, but he's going to get munched up in the backfield, and that's Danielle Hunter.
Who was it, Jamie, that ran the football?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
That's the loudest I've heard Paxton this whole.
Yeah, Paxton always
fella.
Paxton always finds the farthest seat away from a microphone that's hot, and he'll talk the softest, which is really good for
Hey guys, I
podcasting.
just wanted to let you girls know, like he's the boy band, like he's that.
I have to find my pockets, okay?
Justin Fields dropped back the pass, and the pass is broken up.
Byron Murphy.
Great
Good.
play by Maya Murphy.
I assume there's people that are listening, not for the three of us, but just for Paxton's ASMR.
Like he's that guy in the boy band, like when the music stuff. Hey girl, I just wanted to let you know. Like he's just the
I don't know
soft.
how to talk to women.
They don't either, but they're because they're famous. They
He meant like that, but for football nerds. You know how to talk to football
Hey football
nerds.
guys,
They're
you ever
kind of
watch?
your people.
You ever see that spread formation?
Big kick here. 55 yards. Snap is down. Perfect snap again. Kick is up. And if it's got the distance, it's good. And it is! A 55-yarder. A Texans kicker recently got waived for making that field goal. And here we are watching one go through on prime time. The Bears take a commanding lead.
The biggest
9-3.
lead of the game so far.
4 field goals.
All field goals, all night long.
But I will say the defense has been spicy. It hasn't been it hasn't been because of just poor football play.
Yeah.
It has been elite level contact on the defense around the edges.
It's been good defense on all sides, but Bears shining for sure, Ryan. You nailed that with that call out.
I just, as much as I like Josh Dobbs, I don't believe it. Again, you've been in the league this long, and I understand that you wanted an opportunity, but I don't think that you are at the level where if you're given that opportunity, you can run with it.
Sure.
Like you can survive, but you won't thrive. If that makes sense. Like you won't, and there are people that will disagree with that call, but I think he's got some really good tools. I just don't think he has enough tools. Like he has escapability and the ability to run, but I just think
You talking shit about Josh Dobbs on my channel?
I think
Ryan Perrio?
I think if Josh Dobbs can get to a point where he can find success with the current unit he has, and they start like rolling a little bit, when Jefferson comes back, that could be the lightning rod that he needs to really.
it just depends. I just
think
don't
he needs
see.
an offensive line.
He
That's
needs,
all he needs.
That's what I was. I think you can build around Josh Dobbs. And what if Josh Dobbs would take a 4-year, $19 million a year contract? What if you just did that and you just
Build everything.
stack the team?
And he knows anywhere else he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
He wants this
He has been.
opportunity.
yeah.
if Arthur Smith somehow survives and keeps his job in Atlanta, I think he would be the perfect quarterback for that scheme, just because it's so run heavy, and that he can add his running element to that running element to really make it, I guess, absolute, just unorthodox. We're going to run the ball with, and then we have 8-foot receivers at every skill position known to man, and he just plays keep away. You just play keep away with everybody with that kind of offense, that bully ball offense.
That's the future of the NFL, a tall team.
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins built a fast team.
Yeah.
Someone's got to build a tall team.
When the Dolphins drafted Achane, I literally posted a picture
No
of
one coming out is all that tall. Everyone's 5'11"
Marvin
now.
Harrison Jr. is
Other than
tall.
Marvin Harrison Jr., they're
Trey Hudson
outliers,
is
of
tall.
course.
Trevor Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, but what
Get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Latu is tall. out of UCLA.
I have no fucking idea who that is. I haven't watched the
He
film
is an
yet.
amazing passer. He'll be the first defensive end off the board,
But
probably.
in 8 months on this channel, I will talk about him like I am an expert about him.
Yes.
Same.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Draft season is my Super Bowl. That is, all I do
Me
is
too.
I watch college football all day, every day while I'm at work. And so
You're going to be a weapon for this channel. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass. He's going to dump it off really quickly on an out route to Addison. He's going to catch it for a gain of 5. And yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing as you, Ryan Perrio, as I went to go pee really quickly. 14:05 on the clock. This game has been kind of fun.
Yeah.
Despite how shitty it's been. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree. No, 100%. And again, it's weird to say that this has been like an exciting defensive game.
Mhm.
But it has. It's been a weirdly exciting defensive game. You're constantly seeing close call interceptions. You're seeing some sneaky passes get through.
you're seeing athleticism. You're not seeing just basically 3 and outs. You're seeing drives. You're seeing turnovers.
You're seeing heavy hits too,
Yeah.
like you were saying. We're seeing
Lots.
physicality.
Yeah.
And it's not like and maybe it is just our expectation going into the game, like, hey, this game's gonna fucking suck. And we're gonna sit through it and talk for 3.5 hours while it's going on. But I honestly think it's just been a kind of fun NFC North matchup.
It is also going quick.
Yeah, it is.
It's
That's part of it.
The first half did literally
We're already-
end in an hour.
We're already a minute in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but really, seriously. No, especially comparing
Before
to how
before
much
Natalie can finish the cheese over there, we are going to be out of here.
she's like challenge accepted. But no, this compared to the game that we did yesterday, again, that game drug on and on, and not just because of overtime,
Yeah.
but even just like the first half not ending.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that was a rough one. But it was a good game. Josh Dobbs again under center here, changing the play up at the line. Addison going in motion. Handoff is up the middle, and he's going to get munched up in the
That went
backfield.
nowhere.
Physicality. Name of the game is what we're
Sir.
talking about.
these offensive lines are like, ooh.
Kyler Gordon has been flying around. I haven't seen him make this many tackles in his whole career.
He's electric tonight.
He really is. He's the player of the game. Kyler Gordon. He's getting his helmet in there. And when he wraps up, man, he's mean. He's a mean
Everything.
cuss.
And he even had his helmet removed.
That was the guy. Oh, yeah, that was the guy. Had FaceTime on primetime, too. Planned it out. Smart. Josh Dobbs, also smart. Astrophysicist. Drops back to pass. My dog barks. Pass over the middle to Jordan Addison. Again, he catches it. Hey, shh, no.
Chill, homie.
I think he's barking at the
Thing we saw in the backyard last time.
the Cracker Jacker guy.
The Nutcracker.
Nutcracker guy.
Oh, God. Oh, God, on my neck.
Hom is in the backfield now. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, going to get hit.
Oh,
And he's going to throw another
No way, that's
interception.
fine.
Oh, no.
Oh, he just got 5.
And guess who it was, baby?
So
Wild.
Justin Jones kind of another little volley, a double
Yeah.
volley, if you will.
Just a bad decision by Dobbs. It was in
Yeah.
the grasp, and he just tried to make something happen.
Kyle Gordon again.
Kyler Gordon again on the interception. Was it him?
Yep.
Oh, my
The
God.
helmet there kind of
And just saved it by running into his own man because it just pinned it against him.
So we do have to mention 4 turnovers to 0 for the Vikings, and the Bears are still not winning by.
It's
2
still one
scores.
possession. Still one possession game.
You gotta stop barking, dude.
And it does. I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree. To me, it still feels like Dobbs is going to pull this off.
It's okay.
Like
Yeah.
it feels like
Maybe
at the end-
that's the magic.
at the end of the day, I still just don't believe in Chicago enough to think that they can do this. And I feel like
Roshan Johnson.
no! Did
Roshan Johnson fumbles?
I think he was down.
a
Yeah,
fumble
they're
would
gonna say
be
down.
great right now, though, just for my
Right.
fantasy implications.
Referee incorrectly points as a first down. Bush League was maybe punched. It was.
It's definitely a
His
fumble.
knee might have been down. Actually, his right knee might have been down.
There's no clear recovery. I'm looking on the film here, and you see a Minnesota Viking clearly picking up that football.
You do not.
So that's the hard part. Is if you challenge this, is you've got to show clear recovery.
And they don't.
Josh Metellus on the punch out. Roshan Johnson goes right back to him, and he'll gain 3.
Pushy push there up at the top. I don't like the yellow cleats and the yellow gloves because it always makes me think that there's a flag being thrown. I think they should get rid of that.
Me too. And I hate when they do the graphics for some of these games, and it's a yellow team, and the graphic flashes for a touchdown,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh.
Like the Amazon defense already.
Yeah.
The defensive alert. But no, it's even worse because you're like, oh, flag's going to be called back, and it says like the Packers or the Vikings, and you're like, oh, no. I just like got tricked by the graphic.
DJ Moore has changed cleats.
Oh, interesting. Justin Fields drops back to pass, throws to the left. It is to Mooney, who catches the ball, does a cool slide, and then stands back up because of the NFL.
I noticed he had, like, before DJ Moore had cleats and orange cleats and white socks, and now he's got no socks and Bears colored cleats.
Gross.
Like they're white with kind of looks like the pixelated color blocks, like they have like the little star asterisks.
But even if they do score a touchdown here, the Bears, we just seen them blow a massive lead to the Lions, right? Feels like Josh Dobbs' magic could still happen even without Justin Jefferson. Justin Fields kind of passes it to Roshan Johnson, and he catches it, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage maybe. Sheldon Day on the tackle there.
It was a good spin move to get back to the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah.
That should have been blown up for -2 yards.
It was blown up. Softly spoken, Paxton Bailey.
I am on so much Dayquil.
Yes.
Breaking news.
It's not that breaking.
Adam Schefter buzzing in to let us know Paxton
Actually,
Bailey.
just let us know he can't afford meth this week.
Fumble! And the Vikings recover!
Recovery.
Josh Dobbs
Dead yet.
magic is alive tonight!
Yet, folks.
Skull!
And the cat is upstairs.
Yeah. As much as Boston loves the energy, the cat fucking hates it.
Boston's used to the energy.
Boston, why don't you take that energy out on the nutcracker outside?
Metellus.
Actually, I really don't think that's a good look.
Metellus and
Looks like Hunter.
Daniil Hunter combine for a fumble. Day recovers, and the Vikings, one score game, get a massive turnover. Still -3 in the turnover battle.
Yeah, still -3, but again, still also only a one possession game here.
I love these Miller Lite commercials where they talk about calories. Like it's one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Like we know that you have a problem, and it's not calories. So just to let you know, you can still drink and only get one more calorie out of this Miller Lite.
Miller Lite's not great, huh?
It is not.
And it's
It's only kept alive by the Cowboys.
Bud Light.
It is weird that that's
None of the
like
light. I'm not a fan of any light beer. Every light beer to me tastes like beer that someone has accidentally dropped a cup of water into.
I don't mind
Yeah.
Michelob Ultra. That's what I drink if I'm going out because I don't feel like shit.
I would rather drink White Claw over Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh,
if I'm going to do something healthy, I'll drink a seltzer.
Yeah. If I want a beer, I prefer like craft. I'm IPAs and Box and all sorts of delicious concoctions that they come up with nowadays.
I just started doing tequila, or every once in a while a Moscow Mule.
Boston still has not forgotten whatever's out there. He is like still like with a weary eye looking at the door, like just waiting.
That's a good guard. He's in a
It's a train.
guard dog.
We're training him.
He defended this house. We had an alarm.
You must protect this house. You got to give him some Under Armour is what you need to do.
We had an alarm go off in the middle of the night, literally 2 a.m. I had to spring into action. I open our bedroom door. Boston runs out of it. I'm like, boss, get back in here, because he wanted to go get the guy. And he was a good boy. He ran back inside. Just the wind blew the door open in the middle of the night. No big deal. But
whatever ghost was coming in here,
tips
twice.
Tips for all those husbands out there: pro move.
is when this situation happens, turn to your wife or your significant other and say, "Lock the door behind me," as you leave the primary bedroom.
Was pretty great.
And then once you get outside, that's when you can go, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Exactly.
Open the door! Open the door!
I changed my mind.
Alexander Madison gets munched up in the backfield. This is a defensive battle, boys.
These front fours of these two teams are elite. Like, they are beating blocks.
Justin Fields says that's my fault.
And it is.
Yeah. I guess so. Alexander Madison, the best rapper ever in the backfield.
Him too?
Huh?
He has one too?
No, I just said that. Play action to him. Josh Dobbs got a lot of room to run, so he's going to take it. And he's going to get popped. But he slides late, and I like the no calls. I like the physicality in this game and the credit to the referees.
Yeah, for
they've been letting them play. They've been letting them play rough.
Also, credit to the defenses is they've really stayed home on a lot of these plays. Like, you're not really fooling them. See, look, there's even though he had some room to run, you're not seeing absolutely over pursuit. You're not seeing like undisciplined lane.
And the tackles have been with great technique.
Yeah.
It's how the NFL wants them to be tackling right now, and the defensive players are playing within the rule set, and the referees are letting them do that. Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, throws it to Powell, not Addison, for a big gain on third down, big conversion. The Vikings absolutely needed it.
And
Down 6 in the fourth quarter. This is Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And I'm having a great time. There's not been a touchdown scored yet today.
Book how just the turf monster just take it. Because look at this. He has room to try to cut back because he has another blocker inside there, and he just loses his feet.
Brandon Powell, 2 receptions, 46 yards. That's pretty good. Play action to Madison, Josh Dobbs.
Nice.
Oh, deep to the left, wide open. Oh, Jordan Addison didn't get his feet in bounds.
Damn.
Unbelievable.
Oh no!
That's a mistake you can't make.
That's
7:40 on the clock.
Josh Dobbs could have taken a little.
Looks like a cramp. Looks like a hamstring. Second bear to go down with a cramp. Weird.
Oh, he's already out of bounds before the ball gets there.
Bad ball by Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, he could have laid that inside a little bit more.
Yeah, he could have put it. He could have put it on the fucking interior hash, and it would have been enough room for Alexander Madison for how open he was. Look at how open Alexander Madison get. How does he do that? Double move.
Double move.
It could have been illegal contact. Should have been. Honestly, should have been illegal contact, but not called.
Illegal contact on Addison?
No.
On the defender, because he's
Gordon.
After 5 yards, he's still making contact with Addison.
That was Kyler Gordon. Yeah, definitely illegal contact, but not the reason the ball wasn't caught. That is on
Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs, the guy whose jersey I'm wearing tonight. NFL sponsor.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad that you busted out for the actual official logo.
Oh yeah, go Vikings, Skull.
I know yesterday you were talking trash to Paxton for his cheap Chinese Eagles jersey.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man.
Custom.
And it's
Yeah. I like
My girlfriend made this for
That's
me.
fair.
Where did you poke the hole in it, Natalie? Off screen.
Top left corner of the S.
The
Or
hole?
the five. Right on the net.
Oh, that's fine.
I could sew it. It's just a little weird.
It's close to outer tit, so it's okay.
I've been
It's not
putting
necessarily nip.
putting off buying new work pants,
Yeah,
and mine are like bad, and they're Lulu, so they're nice, and I don't want to buy a new pair. And I've been,
There is, and it might still be doing it, a closing golf place near your Grapevine office, I think. And that's where I got all of my nice pants. I go get golf, like athletic slacks.
closing golf place. Is it? It's not the Cowboys golf course, is it?
No. It's like a golf store.
Oh. Yeah, I should probably just
Academy
buy
probably has them.
a nice pair of pants, slacks.
Do you could literally order those again online.
I
You
don't.
have to go to a store.
Yeah.
You just click, and they show up at your house. You know
That's a problem. I've
what
been
you
wearing
want.
jeans lately, and I don't like wearing jeans.
You know exactly. Yeah.
When I
It's not the vibe.
work.
You're Dr. Jamie.
Big pet peeve of mine when I see people on YouTube being chiropractors wearing jeans and shit. Stop it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, see,
I'd much
he's
prefer
trying to
these
reroute.
Primos.
He can't reroute, and boy, hopefully that's just a cramp because he paid the.
Is this live? Josh Thompson's over the middle. That was crazy. That was a crazy cut
do it
by
live.
ESPN.
We'll do it live.
That was a crazy cut by. Did you guys see
was
that?
bad. That was bad. Yes.
They were showing us a replay. They're like, "Oh, game's on."
And Jordan Addison, you go and totally redeem yourself with
Yeah.
that.
Sure did. Jordan Addison, I love that kid.
He didn't mess up on the last one. He just saved Dobbs this time.
Yeah.
He's a superstar. Him and Tank Dell, wide receiver 1 and 2 in the draft, in my opinion. Maybe Puka. We'll see. But
I don't know. I feel like Puka's might be the most
Zay
consistent
Flowers
so
also.
far.
yeah, Zay Flowers,
Flowers
the other
up
side
there.
guy.
Zay Flowers in the slot. So you have 3 little guys they're just amazingly fast and quick with feet.
Challenging that catch.
Yeah, they're gonna challenge that catch Chicago. This is gonna be a quick one, but they're gonna go to commercial break and we'll talk through it.
That's for sure a catch.
But you got to imagine how good their feet have to be. I watched I don't know if you guys watch Football Life, but I watched the Chad Johnson Football Life where he's actually playing soccer now. And he's like an elite level, like soccer, like his
Really?
feet just, that's how,
Chico.
Yeah.
just how quickly he can move. Like he can just tap, 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 and just keep going. And it's like, you don't think about the foot quickness you have in the NFL just to be able to pop, 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 and then cut and go.
He's a 5-star skiller.
Pat McAfee talks about it a lot. His opinion is the reason that we're seeing so many good wide receivers come out of college and be able to immediately produce in their rookie year, which is unique to the past
Randy Moss.
6 years.
Yes. Randy Moss was the first one, really.
Well, yeah, but he was obviously an outlier.
Yeah, he was an outlier.
Outside of the massive outliers, it's been unique to the NFL in the past 6 or 7 seasons where rookies have been able to get to the NFL and produce in their rookie year regularly when they're not Randy Moss, right? And he credits it to social media and kids in the offseason being able to post their shit on social media and doing a bunch of crazy ladder drills.
Yeah, all their drill, they're doing it all. They're inspired to work out by social media,
and they're rewarded by it. And I can legitimately relate to that because in my past, with CrossFit in particular, it was super motivating to me to be able to post a video on my social media or whatever and be like, yeah, it was a pretty cool thing for me to document that I did today, and then move on to the next day. It was like an extra little, if you're healthy about it, an extra little motivation for you as an athlete. So something I can definitely relate to and definitely confirm. It's fun to do that sort of thing. So I can see that being a benefit to the athletes that we're seeing.
Yeah. Because I was Randy Moss was really the first one that kind of broke the mold for wide receivers not being producing the rookie year. And then you look at Sammy Watkins and D-Hop in their rookie year back in 2013, and they were both wildly unproductive their rookie season. It took D-Hop probably till second or third season to really find his stride, and Sammy Watkins, unfortunately due to injury. Ooh, that.
I feel like that's a catch. I
feel like that's a catch, but where his hand is positioned, it makes it look it makes it look literally like the football is just his hand's almost behind it. Just the
sure.
Handoff goes to Alexander Madison, goes for a gain of 4. So that was a completed pass. It'll be 2nd and 5 after the run. Another big pop in this NFC North matchup. Randy Moss. I did a little bit of research on historic first games for rookie wide receivers after Puka Nacua.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked into Randy Moss. Randy Moss's first game was a multi-touchdown game, 4 receptions, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs drops back to pass, throws it to the right, and it's caught by TJ Hawkins. And I believe his first several targets on this game. First reception that I can remember.
That's the second. He had that one where he almost got the first down, like a fourth down with fourth.
Yeah, it just didn't quite get past the pylon.
And we got a man down for the Bears. And that will be Jaquan Brisker.
Like the fucking
Man, losing two key pieces of your secondary in one game. That's a really tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. What were you saying, Miles?
TJ Hawkinson just looks like the mascot for the Vikings. I feel like he's appropriately placed on this team.
But yeah, obviously I don't know the snap percentage that Randy Moss had in that game, but that is one of those things where it's like he was kind of lucky in a way. Like, obviously the talent was there, but talent has been there for a lot of wide receivers.
Yeah.
But he was lucky in a way that in his first game, he only had 4 receptions and he had 2 touchdowns for 95 yards.
Yeah.
Like, he was able to produce in that small sample size, and that accelerated his rookie year a lot faster. And I think that's what we saw similar with Puka Nacua. Not saying I've never said Puka Nacua is on the same realm as Randy Moss. That would be irresponsible for me to say. But go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say on that, it's also, I think, been coaching. I think coaches have been more back in the day. I would say the coaching roles, like there's a reason that Bill Parcells retired. Coaches have steadily lost control over the roster in the locker room over years. It used to be when I was a kid, the coach controlled who's made the cut, who didn't. And, it's now more of a coach and GM.
Yeah.
Like
probably a board of directors
relationship.
For a lot of teams. Yeah.
And so I think there's more coaches now because they don't have that authority, can't really just log jam a running back or receiver in a position. If you produce, we're going to find ways to get you the ball.
So we got a big gold zone opportunity here for the Vikings. 1st and 10. Down 6. Josh Dobbs in shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looks to the right. Looks to the left. Looks farther to the left. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson, to tie the game. An extra point. The Vikings take the lead. And that's Josh Dobbs magic for you. Skull.
And that kind of feels like it, right? Like, I predict this game is going to go with another field goal.
I wouldn't count Justin Fields out yet, my friend.
But here's the thing, too, is you've also just capitalized on the fact that you've lost Brisker and number 6. I forget his name. And that's what you have to do now is you don't have those guys patrolling the middle, so you have to lean back, and that opens up the middle of the field for Hawkinson right there.
Mm-hmm. Sure does. Kick us up, and the consequential extra point is through the...
He is wearing Zubas. The Vikings mascot is wearing...
If there is going to be another score this game, it will be by the Vikings, is my prediction. I think it could very easily just roll out right here.
You're just wanting a defensive score by the Vikings to ensure your fantasy
that would be
victory.
sick. I don't think that's likely at all. That would be sick.
Miles thinks the Bears are going to Bears, is what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what I mean. Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I think that Dobbs is also got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of skill. He got caught early in the game just staring down Addison a lot, but he's been opening up, and he's got 4 interceptions, but 2 of them are bullshit. Let's be real.
Yeah, unlucky. Kind of 3 of them. Anyways, but because all of them were tipped. All of them were bump, set, or spike.
Only that first one was the one where it was just a dead on cut off the route.
The 2, the 4th one was also bad. You should not have tried to leak it down to your fullback with that much pressure around you. He was trying to not get the sack, and he threw like a little prayer to the ham. It wasn't even good out of the ham.
Yeah, you're right.
So
at the end of the day, they are interceptions, and that's what counts in the stats. They're not going to talk about how bullshit they were when they add them up at the end of the season.
But yeah, anyways, makes up for it here. As we're looking at the conference leaders, the Lions.
That's going to be a fun game. Eagles and Niners this week. That'll be an exciting.
That'll be a big game. I mean, the Eagles going on a run right now with tough matchups, and they're showing up.
Yeah, they're finding a way to win. It's not pretty. But that's what good teams do is you win, period. It's not a beauty pageant.
Mm-hmm. You win ugly.
Speaking of winning ugly, the Bears hand the ball off to Khalil Herbert. Does he fumble it? Nope. So I just lost my fantasy matchup. on that run, I think. He could fumble it still. He could lose a fumble.
Is Paxton your opponent this week? Is
I
that
don't
what
think
he's
so.
cheering? Okay.
He just really hates Jamie. He's tired of him being like, speak up into the microphone, Paxton. Fuck your fantasy team,
I
Jamie.
haven't been talking about it, so nothing bad happened.
Well, 5:23 on the clock. If you're syncing up with us at home.
Tick.
Another Khalil Herbert run, and he's not going to fumble again. He's going to get the first down. I lose. I lost.
To me, though, if you're a Bears fan, this has got to be frustrating. Like you're down one, you got 5 minutes on the clock. You have a QB that supposedly can air it out, and all you do is you're running two up the middle. It's getting your first down, but it's like you want to see down the field play.
It's a one-score game. If I'm a Bears fan, I want me to lose right now. Either way, drops back to pass. DJ Moore, another quick hitter. It's going to be a gain of 3. Doesn't feel like they're trying to win, which if I was a Bears fan, I wouldn't want to be winning right now. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very tight contention for that number 1 draft pick, guys. Arizona is
But they have the Panthers first round draft pick.
Yeah, they've got the first round pick as long as Panthers keep losing. But you could
Screen to absolutely lit.
Darn, I was hoping that was more again so that I could take the lost yards.
Mm-hmm.
Moody on the screen. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, the Vikings DBs have really sniffed out those screens for the most part.
They've sniffed them out.
And that's number 19, whoever that, or say, Economia St. Brown just whiffed on the block.
Mekhi Becton on the big play.
Yeah. St. Brown just whiffed on his block, and he just ran right around him to Mooney.
Fields drops back to pass. A little bit of time. He's going to step in the pocket. And he's going to run. Oh, no! And the Vikings recover. The Bears have 2 timeouts left. And that is consequential for Justin Fields' future career. It's consequential.
Oh.
Holding on the offensive line declined. The Vikings defense doing a touchdown dance. Justin Fields doing I might have just lost millions of dollars face as he walks off the field.
This may be his last season as the Bears. I think that, again, that's...
You gonna give Caleb Williams a shot? You're gonna give Drake May a shot over this kid?
Yeah. I think you go Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams gives you all of this with maybe a little bit more control, not much, maybe a 10% decrease in risk. Because look at him; he's going into contact, and you see how he's holding the football. Like he's not tucking it. Like he's holding it loose. And any running back knows as soon as you're running into contact, you gotta tighten that grip up, and he just never did. And when that contact came,
handoff up the middle, gain of 0. Yeah, when that contact came, he was not ready for it. He wasn't expecting it. And you would kind of expect your franchise quarterback who's been with the team. He's not a rookie, right? Let's give maybe Caleb Williams or Drake May a shot with Marvin Harrison Jr. if you're the Bears.
That's the important part to Jamie.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. I love that.
The rest
guy.
doesn't really matter.
If you have Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, honestly, just get Marvin Harrison Jr. Just get him on your team. Take him before your quarterback.
And Marvin Harrison Jr., if you're listening to this podcast, give Jamie a jersey.
Oh, God.
Come on the podcast. Screw the jersey.
Come hang out.
Come hang out, please.
Yeah, bro. I'll
on the casting couch. Handoff goes up the middle. I'm not going to let you drink alcohol in my house. That's how much I love you.
Wow, bro.
As opposed to everybody else.
What do you feel about us?
Yeah, I don't think your future earnings are.
You're not looking at. He's not fitting you for a gold jacket.
Go.
All right.
You're
yeah,
better than
No.
this. Get out of here.
I think your career, Miles, you could only make like $30 million. You know, Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
You know, different ballpark.
He's going to be a little, maybe 31, 32.
No.
Yeah, on his first contract.
No.
That's my boy. Either way, the Vikings have a big third down. We'll see what they decide to do.
No.
The Bears have one timeout left. They've not been able to move the ball down the field. Josh Dobbs alone in the backfield. Fullback comes into the backfield to join him. Drops back to pass. It's a screen. He almost was picked. Powell catches the ball, and the Bears will call their last timeout. So almost too much time left if you're the Bears here, because you're playing for a field goal, right? Your fourth field goal of the game wins you the game. Josh Dobbs,
That's just a hell of a play by Edwards. That he's off balance. He's trying to get out there, and he somehow still runs into that player and gets him down. Because usually when you run them like that, you usually just miss, and then that's a big game because they slip out of your grasp and everybody else is.
Yeah, they were off platform there, and Edwards really filled in the whole TJ Edwards. 6 years in the NFL out of Wisconsin. As Justin Fields is getting the spray on his right elbow.
Is that like the stuff from Space Jam for Michael Jordan?
Michael's secret stuff. It was actually his White Claw. Before it was invented.
Not in Jamie's house.
So the Vikings are going to punt.
Run the fake.
On 4th and 10, I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to take a delay game here. Make a little bit more room. Stupid. Don't waste our time with that bullshit. Kevin O'Connell, great eyes. The purple looks great on him. If he coaches for like the Steelers, that would be a shame one day, right? Like when Tomlin retires.
His eyes aren't going to pop with those black and yellow jerseys,
no.
dude.
No, needs to be in purple.
I think he could pull off Miami.
For
I don't
sure.
want McDaniel to go anywhere. He's my favorite coach in the NFL. But that teal, that'd bring those baby blues out.
Yeah, I agree. Good color scheme for him and his eyeballs. Either way, punt is up in the air. Where are the Cowboys? And it's going to be out of bounds. Nah, not a great punt. By Ryan Wright. Dumb name, too.
If I'm Atlanta, I am at least starting the conversation with Chicago of like, hey, what are your thoughts on Justin Fields? Because I think he's a Georgia kid. I think it'd be a great fit. He's a running quarterback. They need somebody.
They need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback, and I don't think they have enough draft capital to move up to get a premier quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody after Michael Penix is going to help them. Even Michael Penix may not help them because he doesn't seem like he would be a good fit for a that run kind of offense.
Justin Fields drops back to pass. He's going to look to the right, pump fake. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to throw it to DJ Moore, who's open, and he's going to catch the ball. It'll be 2:19 on our clock here. Sync up with us at home.
Looks like you'll take a too many warning.
That beat me by 1/10 of a point. That reception right there. I'm
Oh, no.
89-88 to 90-08.
And they are not going to get the snap off for a 2-minute warning. So they are. So now they're thinking, this is the last possession of the game.
Trying to draw that clock down.
We don't have any timeouts. Yeah, we're playing for a field goal for a win here.
They're going to bring in the strong arm, Tyson Bagent.
But yeah, if you're the Falcons, you're not going to have Drake May or the kid from USC. Do you take a shot at Justin Fields, who maybe in a different situation could perform for you? I would not like to see them fire Arthur Smith. I kind of like him as a human being now that he's been on the Pat McAfee show.
That'll do a lot for you.
It will, for me personally. If you're on the Pat McAfee show, I'm with you. I'll ride to death with you. Just kidding. I definitely won't. But I do feel like I've gotten to know him, the human being, and I feel like he deserves another shot because he's got a sweet mustache, and it feels like he doesn't have a quarterback, and that seems to be, if you don't have a quarterback in the NFL, we're seeing Bill Belichick kind of struggle with this with Mac Jones. It seems like that's a big deal.
Not having a quarterback is fairly much a centerpiece of like any. I mean, literally every play has to go through them. Or even if it's a heavy running team, you have to have somebody who has that leadership, that poise, and the ability to not fumble a handoff.
Yeah.
Every pundit says if you don't have a franchise, if you don't believe your guy's a franchise quarterback, then you don't have a quarterback. That is every pundit out there is if you don't believe your guy's a franchise guy, then you don't have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah.
There is, when you look over, the history of football, there's always an elite class of QB every single year, even every single era might be a better way of putting it. But like as you look back, I mean, there's only a handful that stick out in each time. John Elway and Joe Montana, moving up, you got your like era where you have like Big Ben.
Mm-hmm.
You have all those guys that come through that there's like maybe 3 to 4 teams at a time that have like those top tier Tom Brady types.
Franchise quarterbacks are always interesting because they come from almost anywhere. You have the Tony Romo that's an undrafted that was absolutely not drafted. There was 13 quarterbacks I think drafted in the 2004 draft.
Justin Fields in shotgun, drops back to pass, and he's going to roll out to the left. He's going to look to the right. He's going to run out of bounds. We'll see if the referees stop the clock on this run, which was the exact same to end the first half.
I think it was the 2003 draft is when Tony Romo was drafted, and I think there was 13 quarterbacks, and none of them had a career close to him. They were all by 2008, all out of the league.
Here's a fun trivia question that I don't know the answer to. What is the highest number of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks to be playing in the NFL at the same time? They have to be currently playing in the same season.
Justin Fields keeps the ball, and he's going to get the first down at midfield, getting close to field goal range here. This is going to be a big field goal, and if I know the Bears, they're going to miss this field goal.
Yeah. Also, Minnesota has 3 timeouts remaining here. They can still theoretically have a little time left to work.
I'm surprised they haven't started using those.
I was also kind of wondering if they were going to get to that.
Justin Fields drops back to pass, and he doesn't find a man open. He's not under pressure.
Does not go down.
A lot of time, throws it over the head of DJ Moore. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Huge amount of clock gone.
A minute and 15 left. I mean, if they have a turnover here, game's over, no matter what. So they're playing for their only chance to win is kick a field goal here or score a touchdown. Obviously, Equinemius St. Brown wide open the whole time, not covered. So they're like the only way we win is if we kick a field goal. So we're gonna run the clock down to 0 before we do that. Drops back to pass. Justin surveys, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks to the right. He's going to get pressure. He's going to throw it up over the head in the near direction of Cole Kmet. Daniil Hunter on the pressure there. 3rd and 10.
For a team that needs to just trying to run the clock out, they're sure playing not to do that. They're playing passing. They're passing the ball. They're not even trying to run the
they're
football.
also not in field goal range.
Well,
but I mean, even still, like you still have time to run the clock.
Yeah, I agree. Even still, maybe on 2nd or 3rd down there, you do run a draw and maybe get 7 or 8 yards and make it a little bit more manageable. Now we're looking at 3rd and 10. You got to pass here. And the Vikings know it. Fields drops back, surveys, throws to the right, laser beam wide open. DJ Moore.
That's a game changer.
And he's going to go down in the side, and now the timeouts are going to come out from the Minnesota Vikings. DJ Moore, massive catch. The Bears will very likely be able to run the ball here with Roshan Johnson and run the clock down. Wow. Give the ball back down 2 to the Minnesota Vikings with roughly 45 seconds left on the clock with no timeouts.
DJ Moore is one of the best at finding open space.
That was just a really good, I will say that was peak offensive line play by the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
They brought heat, and nobody got even a whiff of Justin Fields there. He had all
Is that who?
the Brisker looked like. He looks like he is
Okay.
in pain.
Yeah, he's hurting.
So here we are inside the 15-yard line. Why?
Flags are flying.
12-minute huddle.
Oof. On the defense. Still first down.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Kevin O'Connell.
That's two really dumb penalties. Just expanding the huddle and that are just the worst.
I only could assume that was a flag on the Bears, but it was the Vikings now. So, I mean,
I
the
think
Vikings have an opportunity to win this game against the Bears at Minnesota. And now we're looking at this game like seems like the Bears are going to win this after the Lions lose to Green Bay at home on Thanksgiving, leaving a little bit of a door open, just a little bit of a peek.
Yeah, suddenly this
and Dan Campbell's going to send a nice little fruit basket
from Detroit to Chicago. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I hate that. I hate it. Why do you not just run the ball? Why not try and score a touchdown? It's first down.
I just think
Him taking a knee here?
Yeah.
because they fumbled 3 times. That's the risk you take, is you know that everybody's going to go for that football. And the more you give them an opportunity to go for it, the more chances they're going to have to rip it out. See Miami against Georgia Tech, where all they had to do was take a knee.
This is pathetic.
Referees blow that dead very early.
But you have to give credit to the Bears defense. Josh Dobbs and them, took the ball away and could do nothing with it. And had they gotten a first down, how much more time they could have probably bled off the clock and made them use their timeouts. And
yeah, this has been an interesting time management situation for both
I forgot about
teams.
the missed field goal early in the night too. That'd be a game changer right now as well.
Sure would. Maybe winning. Okay, so they're going to let the clock run. They're going to have to get this kickoff within 32 seconds. So we're going to find out the fate of this game right now. No one has any timeouts left. This is going to happen. 25 seconds left on the play clock. 31 on the game clock.
Seems like it should be a gimme.
Sure feels that way, but nothing feels that way, even indoors with this Bears team. Santos already missed one, pushed it right. 11 seconds left. Long snapper takes a hold of the ball. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good.
The Bears.
10 seconds left. Victor the Viking face plants.
with his Zubas.
And the Vikings, who had an opportunity to make a game up on the division-leading Detroit Lions, are 10 seconds away from dropping this game at home against the Bears, who kind of stink.
Yeah.
It's football karma. Last year, everything went their way.
Mm-hmm.
They had all those one-score
True.
games that went 11-0.
And a lot of things have gone not the way of the Detroit Lions this year, especially with turnovers. And they have found a way to win. They've been gritty, and they've dropped a couple of eggs.
And they almost pulled it off, like you pointed out earlier, against Detroit 2 weeks ago. It was a very
The Bears,
close,
yeah.
very close to right now them being a whole other game up on this division.
And
Santos makes up for his miss earlier.
Oh, that is one sad Viking.
TJ Hawkinson wishing he's on the
dude.
Lions now. Sam Laporte is like, nah, bitch, this is my team now.
TJ Hawkins is thinking about fishing that Nickelback CD out of his bag and listen to it on the drive home.
He looks like a mechanic from Tennessee.
He looks like Thomas after he lost his job.
Okay, the Vikings are going to take this ball out of the end zone, and he's going to get up to the 34-yard line.
Enough
5 seconds
enough for a
left.
bomb.
I like that idea, honestly.
Yeah.
But now they're going to lose for sure. There's no way.
Unless Josh Dobbs has magic.
5 seconds left. I mean, you could throw like a deep out for
a gain of 15 and then send your field goal unit out there, right, for like a 68-yarder. But
To be a real big deal.
so they could take the 45-yard line here.
Yeah.
They're giving it to them. So they can take the 45-yard line and
Get
send
out.
it out for a bomb field goal at the end here. They got 5 seconds
Can
left.
they do it in 5
No,
seconds?
they're gonna run a Hail Mary. Okay.
Or
So this is the end of the game. Gadget thrown to Osborne up the middle, and he's gonna. I mean, I think he was down.
You can't. It's gonna be.
This isn't gonna work.
I think-
Josh Dobbs has the ball. He's gonna throw it forward. So that's game. Okay. My name's Jamie Jakes. It's game.
They just tackle the man with a football right now.
It's game. There's already a forward.
It's so fun.
There's a forward pass.
There
and
it
it's game.
goes. Look forward to TJ Hawkinson.
Please subscribe to the channel. My name is Jamie Jakes. This has been what we're talking about, Jamie Jakes. I am him. And you can follow me at JAMJKS on Twitter. Ryan Perrio, you can follow him at Ryan Perrio with 2 R's on all social media platforms. Dingbat District, which is a podcast that I'll be on soon, is a YouTube channel you can subscribe to. You can follow at @PBailey_comedy on all platforms for Paxton Bailey. Miles Francis at Mr. Most Days Off on all platforms. Mr. Ryan
Cheesiest comedy in
Perrio.
Texas. Sorry.
Mr. Ryan Perrio, thank you for coming. What do you have to tell the audience?
I will be at Dallas Comedy Club this weekend with DJ Dimmers, and then I will be at Hyannis Fort Worth on December 7th for the 325.
That Hyannis Fort Worth venue is cool.
It is my fave.
It's really, really cool. Feels like a real comedy club in a real city. Paxton Bailey, what do you have to tell the audience?
New episode of Dingbat District drops tomorrow morning with Peyton Payne and Kane. It's a very fun episode.
Big episode.
It's the first episode with all the big upgrades you see.
New producer.
Check that out. Great producer. Shout out Blake Smith. And then I will be at Sharks Comedy Club this Friday, maybe next Friday, December 1st.
I believe you.
Friday.
Miles Francis.
I will be at Dallas Comedy Club this Saturday night at 10:15, and then I will be doing a comedy and magic show at Sharks Comedy Club on December 9th.
Thank you. And good night.